I'm truly in love with the Seattle Seahawks. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the U.S., but you can help lower your risks. That's why I've teamed up with Virginia Mason Franciscan Health to help you defend your heart. Get your blood pressure checked, know your numbers, move your body, and eat healthier. Because when it comes to your heart, every play matters. Learn how to defend your heart at vmfh.org/Seahawks.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For the Seahawks, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize your performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving game day broadcasts from lag time, connecting 60,000 plus live fans at the stadium, delivering benefits of the cloud for your network, secure as a defensive line, legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Having a solid game plan is key to success. That's why Northwest businesses partner with Columbia Bank. And now Columbia is partnering with another local favorite, your Seattle Seahawks. See how Columbia Bank can help your business grow at columbiabank.com. Member FDIC.
Hey, Seattle Seahawks fans, ready for some football? But what happens when life tackles you too hard? Accidents can happen on and off the field. When they do, you need a strong team on your side. CZ Accident Attorneys are proud sponsors of the Seattle Seahawks and even prouder of our winning record in personal injury cases. At CZ, they make personal injury claims easy. Don't let an injury sideline your life. Call CZ Accident Attorneys today and get the justice you deserve.
Countdown to Kickoff is presented by T-Mobile, now the best mobile network in America, according to Ookla Speed Test. Go to T-Mobile.com/network to see how. A 51-degree day here in Seattle. Again, as we said, overcast, about 9-mile-an-hour wind. Down on the sidelines for all the weather and all the action is our Jen Mueller. And Jen, as healthy a group of Seahawks as we've seen in a long time.
Not only healthy, but actually getting reinforcements this week on the offensive side of things in particular, because Jalen Sundell has returned after missing 4 games with that knee injury. We do expect to see him back at center. At least that's what the depth chart says. Lists him as the starting center. Eric Saubert returns. He missed 6 weeks with a calf injury, and it is perfect timing because Elijah Arroyo, he is the Seahawk who is missing today's game because of an injury. In fact, he is going to miss the rest of the regular season because he landed on the IR. It was a knee issue that came up last week in Atlanta, so he sits. But the veteran Saubert is back, and kind of funny to hear Cooper Kupp this week said that, he's vibey. He's got some vibes around him. We'll see him back there with those vibes today. Riley Mills, as you mentioned in your interview with Coach, he is going to make his season debut today. At least that's what we expect. It'll be the first time we see him in game action. Excited to see what he brings. Jalen Milroe will be your emergency quarterback, and the guys not playing, well, they are all healthy scratches, including Robbie Oots at fullback. Kind of just gets caught up in a little bit of a numbers game there with the return of Saubert. Bryce Cabledew and Mason Richmond, the offensive linemen, they are healthy scratches. On defense, Jared Ivey and Connor O'Toole. We will possibly see Velus Jones Jr., the running back, for a 3rd straight week. He has been elevated off the practice squad. For the Colts, you already know the big storyline is Phillip Rivers, but their defense, well, they are missing a couple of guys. Sauce Gardner was a mid-season acquisition, supposed to pair with Shavarius Ward in the back end of that defense, but both of them are out. Sauce Gardner misses the game with a calf. Ward placed on IR earlier this week with a concussion. They are also going to be without their starting right tackle, Braden Smith. He was in concussion protocol last week. This week, he is placed on the IR with a neck injury. That means that there is a rookie, Jalen Travis, who is making his first NFL start today on that Colts offensive line. They're also without Robbie Gould, the wide receiver, and a couple of healthy scratches scratches along the way. So we'll kind of see how that all matches up. But Steve, you talked about how strong this Colts team started and what a struggle it has been in the last 3 weeks. The Seahawks hope to add to their misery today.
I was going to say, let's hope it continues one more week. All right, Jen, thanks very much. We want to check on scores around the National Football League. The equally vibey Curtis Rogers with that. Curtis?
Hey, Steve. Bills and Patriots, game of the morning slate so far. Buffalo once trailed 21-0. They took a slim 28-24 lead. But Travion Henderson went 65 yards to give the Pats the lead back.
Henderson bounces away, and Henderson is off to the races. Look at May. Does he have another one in him? May sprung it. He does. Touchdown. Goodbye, Travion Henderson.
But this Bills team is battle-tested. James Cook to the end zone, and the Bills responding by taking the lead right back.
On a give, Cook slices through, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
That made it 35-31 Buffalo. That proved to be the difference. Buffalo escaping Foxborough with the victory today. They now trail the Patriots by just a game in the AFC East. New England seeing their win streak snapped at 10. Chargers and Chiefs, LA holding a 16-13 lead. Kansas City driving for the go-ahead score, but Chargers linebacker and Cougar alum Dan Henley pulling in the pick at the goal line.
3rd and 12 for the Chiefs. Away at the block, and here's the pass, and it was picked off. Henley got the ball. Dan Henley will take it the other way. Have they blown it dead? They have it the 1.
Chiefs with one last gasp in this one. Patrick Mahomes, though, going down with a leg injury on their final drive. He limped off, but had to have help to the locker room. Gardner Minshew relieving Patrick Mahomes, but his final throw picked off by Derwin James of the Chargers. LA with the 16-13 victory over the Chiefs. Kansas City falling to 6-8. Cardinals and Texans, Houston pouring it on Arizona. Second time today, C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins connect for a score.
3rd and goal. Stroud. End zone. Touchdown. Nico Collins.
Houston blowing out the Cardinals 40-20. Raiders blowing out the Eagles, or Eagles blowing out the Raiders, I should say, 31-0. And the Jets and Jags with 6 touchdowns from Trevor Lawrence. They beat New York 48-20. Let's go back to Lumen Field. Steve Rabel keeps the good vibes going.
All right, Curtis, thanks very much. Meantime, here the Seahawks are being introduced. Cooper Kupp, just hearing his name repeated by the fans. And that's the JSN who comes out onto the field. The Colts are standing by. The Seahawks are ready, and so are the 12s. It's all coming your way next on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
I believe you deserve to be able to trust in your lawyer. This is McDaniel Reynolds with the Reynolds Defense Firm, and we specialize in just one thing. We represent good people facing DUI charges. I believe in practicing law with honesty and integrity. I believe that a few bad moments do not somehow undo an entire lifetime of being a good person. And I believe in what we do. We represent good people facing DUI charges. If you've been arrested, you need help, and you deserve to be able to trust in your lawyer. We're online at ReynoldsDefenseFirm.com. The Reynolds Defense Firm. We're solid, we're here if you need us, and we are very good at what we do.
Looking for an unforgettable escape? Discover Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish, Washington, where excitement meets luxury. Play your favorite slots and table games. Enjoy delicious dining and unwind in our elegant hotel rooms. Relax and rejuvenate at our indoor pool and full-service day spa, featuring state-of-the-art wellness pods. With thrilling promotions and premier live entertainment, Legends Casino Hotel is the ultimate Northwest destination for fun and relaxation. Visit legendscasino.com to book your stay. Legends Casino Hotel, within winning distance.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In Jansen Beach, Clackamas, Beaverton, Salem, and Eugene, Video Only.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 503-210-5800. That's 503-210-5800.
Annuities not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
The Seahawks live here. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM, celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the PNW.
Today, from Lumen Field, your Seattle Seahawks face the Indianapolis Colts. Seahawks football is brought to you by Lumen, the trusted network for AI. Beacon Plumbing, stop freaking, call Beacon. Columbia Bank, proud partner of the Seattle Seahawks, member FDIC. And by T-Mobile, now the best mobile network in America, according to Ookla Speed Test. Now, here's the voice of the Seahawks, Steve Rabel.
Your Seahawks return back home to Lumen Field, having won 7 of the last 8 games, 4-0 against the AFC this season, and maybe most impressively, the last 2 opponents, the Vikings and the Falcons, a combined 63-9 score. That is what the Seahawks have done, and that is what the Indianapolis Colts are walking into here at Lumen Field today. In Week 15, it's the 10-3 Hawks against the 8-5 Colts. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Lumen Field on an overcast but dry day here in the Northwest with Jen Mueller on the sidelines, Dave Wyman, yours truly, Steve Rabel, here in the broadcast booth. These two teams will meet for the 14th time overall. The Colts actually lead this series 7-6, but the Hawks have won the last 2. Captains are being aligned on their respective sidelines. They will be walking to the center of the field here in just a moment for the toss of the coin. Dave, as we welcome you in, these Colts, they haven't done well of late, but they are a dangerous team because they can run the ball and control the clock.
Yep, and they've lost 3 in a row, but this is one of the better teams in the AFC for a while there until they started getting injuries. So, yeah, it's a well-built team. You just look on defense, they've got some really good pieces there, and it's a team that can jump up and bite you if you don't take care of business.
Captains are making their way to the center of the field. Brady Russell for the special teams, Julian Love, and Sam Darnold, who is staying on the sidelines to continue his warm-up tosses. Our referee today is Adrian Hill. He has them lined up on the Seahawks logo here at Lumen Field. We're just about set. Let's check in with the referee.
All right, gentlemen, this is the coin I'm going to flip. The side with the American flag is heads. The side with the shield is tails. Indianapolis, it's your choice. Yeah. Tails is the call. It is the tails. Indianapolis has won the toss. They want the ball, which way you want to kick. Indianapolis has elected to receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
And we will find out if, in fact, 44-year-old Phillip Rivers will be the quarterback of record to start this football game. 1,800 days since he started his last game against the Seahawks' tough defense. Down to the Seattle sidelines, here's Jen with Coach Mike McDonald.
Coach, what kind of a lift is it to get guys back at this point in the year, particularly Sawbird and Riley Mills?
It's great. I'm really happy for Riley. He's been working his tail off, so it'll be fun to see what he does out there. And then Savi's just been such a steadfast force for us. We're glad to get him signed up for another year. Excited for those guys.
This Colts team likes to score points in the first quarter and get yards on first down. How do you keep them in check?
Yeah, we said the key to today's game is we got to be shocking. So we got to be lined up. We got to play our keys. We got to go play our style of ball, and let's go.
All right, good luck today, Coach.
Thanks, Jen.
I like that. Let's go. Meantime, in the south end zone, ready to raise the 12's flag, 2 of the 50 greatest players in the history of this franchise. Oh, they were good ones. Teammates of our very own Dave Wyman, by the by.
And now to raise the 12 flag, Seahawks top 50 players. Rufus Porter and John L. Williams.
I know we will talk about these guys as the game goes on. Rufus Porter, just fabulous. John L. Williams, a silent assassin. First half kickoff brought to you by Seatown Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Get up to $600 off a new generator. Visit SeatownServices.com today. Amir Abdullah, Coleman Owen, who was just activated today, are deep. They are in the north end zone. And Jason Myers will kick from right to left. And we are underway. An end-over-end kick comes down to Owen at his own 3 across the 10, 15, 20. Looks for a gap, runs into his own man, and is dragged down short of the 30-yard line. And here comes Phillip Rivers. I was going to say he's running onto the field. It's more like a slow jog. Careful not to drop the loose change and the butterscotch candies that are in his pocket. Sorry, Dave.
Well, I got to make my comment is I don't know what to expect. He could expire on the field, or he could light us up a little bit. It's somewhere in between.
So here he goes, starting his first game in 5 years, out of the shotgun, has Taylor in the backfield. The ball is handed off to Taylor, and Taylor draws about 5 blue-shirted Seahawks. Maybe they'll give him a couple of yards. Seahawks all in blue, the blue jerseys, helmets, and pants, and the Colts all in road whites, the white helmets with the horseshoe emblem, white jerseys, and white pants.
Boy, we were talking about, are they going to be able to double team the guys on the inside? And on that play, we got our answer. There's a 1.5 yard gain because of Byron Murphy and Big Cat Williams.
Slot to the far side, a tight slot on the near side, that's the right. Rivers out of the shotgun is going to hand to Taylor, who comes around his right side, and he's going to drag a couple of defenders for the first down. Dragging Thomas, among others. He is a tough running back. He picks up 10 yards, 5'10", but he's 226 pounds. And he came into this game leading the NFL with over 1,350 yards rushing. Maybe more importantly, Dave, 5.5 yards a carry.
Well, and you saw the yards after contact there, and that's the thing that, you know, people talk about contact balance. He's able, after he is hit, to, you know, keep his legs going and get extra yards.
Rivers in the pistol formation. Running back is behind him, and now running out of the scene is the running back to turn the hand to the offset back in the backfield, and that again was Taylor. He goes across the 40 of Indianapolis for 3 yards.
We talked about Phillip Rivers being sore after the game. Jonathan Taylor at this rate is going to be very sore. We're going to be fighting over the cold tub after this game.
This is kind of what everybody thought might happen, is they're going to stay with Taylor as long as he can keep moving the football. Empty backfield now on 2nd down and 8 from his own 43. Rivers from the shotgun. Steps back away from center. Awaits the snap. 3 receivers to his left. Stands, looks, going to let it fly. A short throw, diving back to make the catch, incomplete. Intended for Taylor on the near side. And you could see it was a bit of an effort for Rivers to get that ball downfield. Taylor had to stop and come back to it, and it hits the ground incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
Well, it was a wobbly pass, but that, you know, you look at his throwing motion, is like nobody else in NFL history. It's early release, and it almost looks like he's heaving the ball, and that's just his style. But that was a wobbler and a little bit short.
3rd down and 8 from the shotgun. Seattle looks like they want a blitz. Taylor in the backfield. The blitz comes. Quick throw outside. Wide receiver screen. 1st down, Indianapolis. Well-designed play, and Rivers getting it out of his hands quickly and getting it to Michael Pittman Jr. for 12 yards, throwing it left side into a 3-receiver set. He got some blocking, and he picked up enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, Seahawks with a sort of wholesale change there, bringing in Derek Hall, Boye Mafe. You got Jay Reed out there and Brandon Peely.
1st and 10 at the Seattle 45. Coming up on 12 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Single setback is Taylor. He's going to get the handoff, goes over the left guard. He gets hit in the backfield. He's going to go down. First man there was Nick Emanwari, the rookie who had such a terrific game a week ago. He has played lights out through the second half of this season. No gain on the play.
Boy, you never think about his strength, but Nick Emanwari is a strong young man, and he really just picked Jonathan Taylor up off the ground, and that's the way to do it, because his feet are always churning, and that time they were churning in the air because Nick picked him up and slammed him.
Slot to the right side on second down and 10 and a half perhaps, at the Seattle 45. Shotgun for Rivers. Steps up, lets it fly. Got a man, and it's incomplete. Intended for his tight end on the far side, Warren, the rookie.
There's the first contact for Phillip Rivers there, with Derek Hall getting a pressure and a hit on him. But great coverage. We talked about Julian Love. He only had 20 snaps last week. They have a plan for him. They're working him back in, and what a great pass defense there by him.
So an incomplete pass makes it third down and 10 at the Seattle 45-yard line. Colts are 1 of 1 on third down. And Rivers, again from the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right side. Motion was Pittman. Rivers steps up, fires in the middle of the field, incomplete. And getting hammered as the ball got there was Warren, the tight end. And he was hit by 3 Seattle Seahawks, led by Emanwari and Julian Love. Brings up fourth down, and on comes the field goal team for Indianapolis.
Yeah, again, you just have to get used to, or remember that, the way that Phillip Rivers throws the ball, it's almost like he's just heaving it. That's just his release. But that one was into traffic.
And I beg your pardon, they're going to punt it. So Sanchez is on to punt for the Colts. So Rashid Shaheed stands at his own 8-yard line. Here's a high end-over-end kick. Shaheed runs up on it. It's going to bounce at the 6 and bounce back toward the 8-yard line. That's where it's down by the Colts. Seahawks defense holds. We are going to get a break. 11 minutes straight up to play here in this first quarter. No score. The Seahawks just coming on the field. Their first opportunity on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
So what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In Jansen Beach, Clackamas, Beaverton, Salem, and Eugene, Video Only.
Bellagio's Pizza, a Northwest favorite since 1996. This is Mike Barrett. There are 13 locations in our area now, and it's so easy to order. Do it online or download the Bellagio's app and start building reward points. Bellagio's has stayed loyal to their customers by still making their famous dough and sauce daily in Wilsonville, always staying true to their brand and their culture. Locally owned, proud, and grateful. Bellagio's Pizza, the very best.
Looking for incredible value on your next Toyota? Right now at Wilsonville Toyota, certified used models, including the RAV4, Camry, Corolla, and BZ models, come with up to 72 months at just 3.99% APR with Tier 1 and up credit. And if you're ready to go new, we've got something big. Get rates as low as 0% on select new Toyotas, including 0% APR on the all-new 2026 BZs, plus a $3,500 rebate for 72 months with Tier 1 and up credit. Visit Wilsonville Toyota today. One person, one price, no bull. Only at Wilsonville Toyota.
Celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the Northwest, this is the home of the Seattle Seahawks. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
So the Colts had their first opportunity with the ball. They had a fairly nice drive, and the Seahawks stifled them, so punting it away. until the Seahawks start on their own 10. Walker, the single setback. He's going to get the handoff straight ahead, got a hole, looks for some running room, and then is tripped up and dropped at about the 13-yard line. A quick hitter that time. Cross comes over to make the tackle. Pretty good defense the Seahawks are playing against, a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and you know what? A great block by Cooper Kupp downfield. And a lot of people, wondering about his, production and if he is where he's at. There are so many plays like that, and I said it earlier, and keys to the game that he is running decoy a lot of times, but he is a great blocker downfield. Got K9 a couple extra yards.
Shaheed is in the game. He goes in motion from left to right. Walker in the backfield. Darnold under center. 4 men at the line of scrimmage for the Colts. Now they walk up and blitz. Walker gets the ball, and he's going to go right side, and he's going to lose yardage. Colts sniffed that one out in a hurry. Franklin and Cross in on the tackle. A loss of 2 yards as the Seahawks were looking to go toward that right sideline. Nothing doing. The Colts very fast defensively. They may be missing their 2 starting cornerbacks, but those ends and backers can really chase.
Yeah, and the Seahawks is coming out in 12 personnel there with 1 running back and 2 tight ends, and just trying to, a basic student body right there that just missed a couple of blocks.
Empty backfield now. 3 receivers on the left side. Now Charbonnet comes back into the backfield from the right side. Darnold shifts him over on a 3rd down and 9 from his own 11. Here comes the blitz again. Sam, look out. Flags are down. Sam gets rid of the ball. Back inside is the throw. Going to be short of the 1st down, as making the catch right in the middle of traffic was Cooper Kupp. But I think this is going to go against the Hawks. So not exactly a stellar start for the Seattle offense. Darnold dragged to the ground as
illegal shift offense, number 88. That penalty's declined, 4th down.
Yeah, I thought for sure that Sam would just eat that one, but he made a nice effort to get the ball out. He's always keeping his eyes downfield, but yeah, a little on the risky side there, I would say, but he was able to keep it out of harm's way.
Owen is the deep man for the Colts back near his own 30, and Michael Dixon will punt just outside his own 5. Colts have blocked a few kicks this year, too, so we're sure that Jay Harbaugh and company practiced that a lot this week. This is an absolute bomb. High over to the far sidelines, and it sails out of bounds in front of the Colts bench. And Indy will take over as they spot the ball near the 40-yard line. We will take a break. 8:57 to play here in the first quarter. No score. The Seahawks and the Colts on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
The busiest time of year has arrived. Hey, what's up? It's Rob with a plea to simply allow Laurelhurst Market, Steakhouse, and Butcher Shop to take care of your holiday feasts. You have enough going on. Head in or go to laurelhurstmarket.com to see all the seasonal specials in the butcher case your family will love. Their butchers are all trained chefs there to help you plan out a menu and give you tips on prep and cooking instructions. They're absolute pros. Why trouble yourself? Laurelhurst Market, Steakhouse, and Butcher Shop, more than just your friendly neighborhood steakhouse.
Have a special somebody on your shopping list that loves to golf? Then you'll love Red Tail Golf Center's annual store-wide holiday sale, where you'll save up to 50% off all the gifts for your golfer, including top-name clubs, balls, shoes, apparel, and much more, all under one roof and at the guaranteed lowest prices. Red Tail has 30 to 50% off a huge selection of golf gear from Callaway, Nike, TaylorMade, Cobra, and many more. Not sure what to buy? How about a gift card so your golfer can choose what they want? And to make you merrier, we'll even throw in a $10 bonus for every $100 in gift cards you purchase. Or trade in your old clubs and get a 50% bonus to spend like cash on anything at Red Tail. Gift cards, trade-ins, and up to 50% off store-wide, all at Red Tail's annual holiday sale. Now through December 24th. Red Tail Golf Center, where we guarantee the lowest holiday prices. 1/2 mile from Washington Square on Shoals Ferry. Visit golfredtail.com for details or call 503-646-5166.
Television sales on Black Friday set new records as millions of Americans snapped up the hot deals. But a lot of people were out of town or too busy to take advantage of the special pricing. So, how about a redo? Right now, you've got a second chance to save big on many of the top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs. Where? At Video Only, where the smart shoppers go. So, don't miss out. Check out Video Only now, or
you'll be sorry.
The The Seahawks live here. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM, celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the PNW.
Stage 12 this football season, two premier Northwest franchises are teaming up. Columbia Bank and the Seattle Seahawks. Columbia Bank is a proud partner of the Seattle Seahawks, member FDIC.
Well, the Seahawks got Riley Mills out on the field, Raves.
Already.
Yeah.
The young fifth-round draft choice out of Notre Dame just activated. First down and 10, Colts at their own 35-yard line with 8:57 to play here in the first quarter. Phillip Rivers from the shotgun with Jonathan Taylor beside him. Taylor gets the handoff straight ahead, and he sidesteps a couple of defenders, and finally is dragged down. DeMarcus Lawrence drags him down, but not before he crosses the 30-yard line and picks up 8 yards. Aside from being a powerful runner, he's a shifty runner.
Yeah, and he's got some good pieces on that offensive line, and Jen reported Braden Smith out today, but they still, their middle of their offensive line is really good, particularly Bortolini, the center, and Quentin Nelson, the guard.
Second down and 2 from the 43-yard line. Handoff again to Taylor as he waits for his blocking to develop. He's going to have a first down, but there's a flag down as Jay Reed comes in on the tackle, Jaron Reed, and I think this may go against the Colts as Adrian Hill, our referee.
There is no foul on the play.
Yeah, I think Jaron Reed got a piece of the face mask there, and they decided to let that one go, is what I saw.
So a 3-yard gain that time, and trying to run up into an offensive line where they're missing Braden Smith, we've talked about him, their right tackle, who goes on IR with a concussion. And so the rookie starting on that side, on the right side, that'd be Jalen Travis. Meantime, first down and 10, Taylor in the backfield. A quick throw near side, and I mean it looked like a shot put coming towards Downs on the near side as Rivers looked out, saw a defender out there, decided I better not throw it to the receiver, and so instead threw it over his head into the Seahawks bench. Second down and 10.
Yeah, and he had Nick Emanwari putting pressure there. And, yeah, it's just you've got to get used to the motion, his throwing motion. It's, it looks like he's shot-putting the ball a lot of times.
Second down and 10 from his own 46. Rivers again from the shotgun. Taylor beside him in the backfield. Slot near side. Here comes the blitz. Rivers looks, dumps it over the middle. Ball is caught. Taylor inside Seahawks territory and down at the 40-yard line. A 14-yard gain. They're going to find a way to get the ball. I beg your pardon. It's Amir Abdullah, 26, not 28. But they're going to find a way to get the ball to those running backs. Quick passes out of the backfield or handoffs. And Seattle's defense now looking at the Colts, first and 10 at the Seattle 40.
Yeah, Abdullah just running what we used to call an arrow route. Just starts out towards the sidelines, cuts it right back in the middle, and you get a guy who has running back skills in the open field.
Taylor gets the handoff, goes right side, trips. He might have gone for more yardage had he not tripped up. He might have fallen over his own teammate, and it's Abdullah again running that football, a 3-yard gain there. These two guys look so much alike in the backfield, Abdullah and Taylor. They're kind of interchangeable parts. Now Abdullah heads to the far side. Second down and 7.
Nick Emanwari on the scene there. The guy's just all over the place. First of all, you got to figure out where he's lining up. In this case, it looks like he's on the second level.
Taylor stays in the game on second down and 7 at the Seattle 37. He gets the handoff, waits for the blocking to develop. Not much room there, and he's pulled back after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Ernest Jones there. Guy asked him, "What's your favorite play? What do you like to do on the field?" He said, "Make tackles." That's a good goal. Good goal for him, and he gets lots of them.
Indy is 1 of 2 on third down. Rivers looking at a third down and 4 at the Seattle 34. 3 receivers to his left. Taylor in the backfield. Hawks walk up like they might want to blitz. Emanwari at the line of scrimmage. Long count. Here comes the blitz. Rivers stands, throws far side. Ball is caught. A nice catch because Witherspoon just drilled Michael Pittman Jr. as the ball got there, but Pittman held on. A 5-yard gain and a first down. The Colts are moving the ball against the Seattle defense. The Hawks have been on the field for a total of 3 plays offensively so far, and we've got 5.5 left to play here in this first quarter.
Boy, with the coverage that Spoon had there, he was just a little bit late, but I can't believe Pittman caught that pass. That was, Spoon was pretty much all over him, and it looked like he got a finger on the ball.
A pistol formation with Abdullah behind, and he gets the handoff, and he finds a gap straight upfield. Thomas, the linebacker, comes over to make the tackle, but an 8-yard gain. So those guys up front, and Dave, you talked about it, between the tackles especially on the offensive front for the Colts, center, both guards, they are really stout, and they're opening some holes for the running backs.
Well, and ultimately, I think as an offensive lineman, it's your feet that get, sustained blocks. And these guys are really gifted in that way, especially the two guys in the middle of that line, Bortolini and the guard.
Rivers under center is going to hand to Taylor. This time he gets hit in the backfield by Jaron Reed. Reed says, "Not on my watch, partner." And he gets in the backfield and makes that tackle for a loss of 3. 3rd down and 5 now at the Hawks 24.
Yeah, that was, I was talking about Quentin Nelson, the guard there, and that time Jay Reed just whooped him up front and got the tackle, and he's playing with a little bit of attitude, and this is his second game back, and he's looking good. They just have an embarrassment of riches at defensive line.
10th play of the drive here on 3rd down and 5. Taylor in the backfield. Rivers, shotgun snap, looks left side, pump fakes, now he throws out of bounds. Ball intended for his receiver on the far side, Michael Pittman. That's going to be incomplete, and on comes the field goal team for the Colts. So as long as the Colts seem to be able to run the ball, they have some success. The Rivers, as kind of was expected, not the most accurate right now. And here comes Blake Groupie on for a 42-yard field goal try off the left hash mark. Sanchez does the holding. There's the kick. It's away. It's up, and the Colts on the board first with 3:40 to play here in the first quarter. It's Indy 3, the Seahawks nothing here at Lumen Field, and we'll be right back.
It's a rock and roll party at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center, Thursday night, April 2nd, with Hairball, a spot-on tribute to the biggest rock acts ever. With Hairball, April 2nd at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Listen responsibly. For the Seahawks, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize your performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving game day broadcasts from lag time, connecting 60,000 plus live fans at the stadium, delivering benefits of the cloud for your network, secure as a defensive line, legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
At BECU, we're proud members of the 12s community. Jersey casual dress code on Blue Fridays, hoarse voices on Monday mornings, and flying that 12 flag every day of the week. We know how much the 12s love to show their pride, because we do too. That's why we give our members a chance to show their Seahawks pride with every purchase. So join us and get the Seahawks Debit MasterCard from BECU, the official debit card of the Seattle Seahawks. BECU, power in people. Membership required. Restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
There's a reason Seahawks fans are called the 12s. Because strong support off the field is like having a 12th player on the field. So whether you're in the stands at Lumen Field or waving your 12 flag in your living room, 76 celebrates your fandom and cheers on the Seahawks. Let's go, 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 Hawks. 76 is a proud sponsor of the Seattle Seahawks.
76 is a trademark owned by Phillips 66 Company. Copyright 2025, all rights reserved.
Seahawks football is brought to you by Emerald Queen Casino. Emerald Queen Casino welcomes rock legend John Waite with East Coast rocker John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band on April 9th. Tickets available at emeraldqueen.com. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Please game responsibly. So, Colts on the board first with an 11-play, 41-yard drive. Took 5:17 off the clock, and the 42-yard field goal by Groupie makes it 3-zip. Groupie will now kick off. Rashid Shaheed and Velus Jones Jr., the two deep end for Seattle. Groupie will be kicking from left to right. That's the north end of the field into the south end zone.
They got a lot of blocks on that 100-yard return last week. And Brady Russell being one of them, Patrick O'Connell, got some really, they've really got a good plan right now.
What are the odds doing it 2 weeks in a row? Here's a short kick. It comes down to Shaheed at the 9, and he's across the 20, the 25. He's going to get dropped just short of the 40-yard line. Great acceleration by Rashid Shaheed. Say 12s, stay connected all season with the Seahawks mobile app, now on Apple CarPlay. Listen to on the road to podcasts, press conferences, live game radio, and score updates. Downloads a day from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Let's see if the Seahawks can kind of get on track here. They've only been on the field for 3 plays in this first quarter. Sam Darnold and company break the huddle to an empty backfield. Ken Walker, the third, lines up wide to the left side. Now in motion is Jackson Smith and Jigba back to the right. Here comes the blitz. Quick throw inside. Ball is caught. Cooper Kupp, first down, breaks a tackle into Indianapolis territory. Down to the 45. Bynum makes the tackle on, as you can hear everyone in the stands, Cooper. Back to the line of scrimmage. After a 16-yard gain, 1st and 10. At the 46, Darnold looks right, back to the middle. Now he fires. Low throw, ball is caught. Dug out by Rashid Shaheed inside the 35. And just like that, the Seahawks pick up 13 more. They're in field goal range and on the move. Back to the line of scrimmage once again. JSN is flanked on the right side. Walker in the backfield. He gets the handoff. He looks for some running room. Inside the 30 to the 29 for a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, K9 just hitting the gap so explosively there, and just right at it was timed up perfectly. Just kind of got tripped up there. That would have gone for more.
2nd down and 6 at the 29 of Indy. Walker stays in the backfield. Tight trip set on the right side. Now Sam is going to step back away from center. He's going to talk to the lineman, and he's going to shift JSN over to the left side into a slot formation. The toss comes to the left. JSN turns the corner and then is pushed out of bounds. He might have a couple at best. Again, the Colts doing a nice job getting players to the point of attack. We'll call it 3. Makes it 3rd down and 3.
Kind of reminds me of last week that it was just kind of like a body blow type of first half, and then they kind of cracked the seal in the second half, and they're just kind of testing the edges there with that toss to K9.
Seattle's 0 for 1 on 3rd down. Darnold has them in the huddle. Now they break. And JSN and Cooper Kupp go to the right side. White is on the left, and Walker is offset in the backfield. Now he's going to go in motion over to the right side. Darnold's going to hand him the ball straight ahead. He's going to get hit in the backfield and drop. Play was blown up from the start. Latu gets there into the backfield to make the tackle, and that one ended in a hurry. A loss of a yard, and here comes the field goal team.
Latu. I thought he was maybe the best pass rusher I had seen in college in a long time, and that was the year we took Byron Murphy a couple picks later, but he was able to just entirely disrupt that running play, and much better known for his pass rush, but he can cause havoc with the quickness that he brings off the edge.
Jason Myers can tie it up here with a 47-yard field goal. He's 31 of 36 this year. There's the kick. It's away. It is up, and the Seahawks have tied it. With 50 seconds to play in the first quarter, we've got a 3-3 game here at Lumen Field, the Seahawks and the Colts.
Having Seahawks season tickets rules.
Nah, it rocks.
Rules.
Rocks.
Rules.
Rocks.
Rules.
Rocks.
Seriously, though, Seahawks season tickets rule. Rule.
Rock.
Rule.
Rock.
Want your chance to win 2026 Seahawks season tickets? Play Seahawks Scratch. It rules. Or does it rock?
Odds of winning any prize playing Seahawks Scratch are 1 in 3.41. Odds of winning a second chance prize depend on the number of entries received. Must be 18 or older to purchase. Keep it fun. Know your limit.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Place your bets. Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, bet, and win. Bet on all your favorite sports: football, hockey, basketball, soccer, baseball, tennis, boxing, and MMA. Let the bets begin at the biggest and best in the Northwest. Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Please gamble responsibly.
K-12's getting ready for game day with the official Seahawks podcast network. Michael Bumpus and executive producer Nassif Chobey have you covered with Hawk Talk twice a week. Dive into key matchups and everything about the Seahawks' next opponent. Watch on YouTube via the Seahawks official channel and listen on Seahawks.com/podcast. Subscribe to Seahawks Podcasts on SiriusXM, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and now available on Apple CarPlay. So 50 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. The Seahawks tie it up at 3 apiece with the 47-yard field goal. In fact, let's talk about it. The scoring drive recap brought to you by the Chevy Equinox. From the sporty RS to the adventurous active trim and even an EV, Equinox is where adventures begin. It was a 6-play, 34-yard drive. Took 2.5, make it 250 off the clock, and Jason Myers pays it off with a 47-yard field goal to make it 3-0.
Just chatting with Rufus Porter, the special team great. And the way these special teams are playing right now, it reminds me of that era of play when Roof was running up and down the field.
Coleman Owen takes a knee in the end zone and will come out to the 35. We pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Your home for Seahawks football. KRSK Portland, KRSK FM HD1, Malala, Oregon, and Odyssey Sports Station.
So Phillip Rivers and company back on the field offensively for the Colts. Notice I haven't made any AARP jokes since the
been good about
game.
that.
Yeah.
Let's not keep the streak alive. Let's keep going with it.
Backs on either side of Rivers. He's going to hand the ball off straight ahead. Finding a little bit of running room is Taylor right over his center. A handoff from Phillip Rivers. Picks up 3. Out to the 35-yard line. Clock continues to move inside of 35 seconds to play here in the quarter.
That's the thing about Jonathan Taylor. He's much more of he's a tough inside runner. He'll take some hits, and again, we talked about the contact balance, which is just him keeping his feet after being hit, and he's as good of an inside runner as he is outside.
Taylor just to the right of Rivers out of the shotgun with a slot near side. Taylor gets the handoff, goes left, and nothing doing. Boy, the Seahawks, where there was a gap maybe in the first drive, there is nothing doing now. Maybe 2 yards at best out to the 40-yard line, and that's going to do it for this first quarter. 15 in the book here at Lumen Field in Seattle. It's the Seahawks 3, the Indianapolis Colts 3.
Hey, Seahawks fans, this is Steve Rabel for Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Do you suffer from heartburn? Did you know that chronic heartburn can be a symptom of something more serious going on in your body? Many people can lessen heartburn symptoms by modifying their diet, exercise, and weight loss. However, if symptoms persist, it is best to consult your doctor as soon as you can. Find a doctor today and schedule your appointment at vmfh.org/Seahawks.
Hey, Seattle Seahawks fans, ready for some football? But what happens when life tackles you too hard? Accidents can happen on and off the field. When they do, you need a strong team on your side. CZ Accident Attorneys are proud sponsors of the Seattle Seahawks and even prouder of our winning record in personal injury cases. At CZ, they make personal injury claims easy. Don't let an injury sideline your life. Call CZ Accident Attorneys today and get the justice you deserve.
Around the NFL with Curtis Rogers.
Lions at the Rams. Aiden Hutchinson getting his mitt on this Matthew Stafford throw and nearly took it all the way to the end zone.
Intercepted. Oh, Aiden Hutchinson. A clear path. Can he win the race? Hutchinson inside the 20. He's tackled there. What a play from Aiden Hutchinson.
No worries, though. Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown took it the rest of the way for 6.
From the 17, here's Goff in prime real estate going deep. And so the caught. Touchdown, Amon-Ra St. Brown and the Lions strike first.
Lions getting off to the 7-0 lead. It's now 7-7, 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Titans and Niners, Brock Purdy to Juwan Jennings in the end zone.
Purdy punts and throws, and it is caught for the touchdown by Jennings.
San Francisco up 7-3 right now, starting the second quarter. Let's go back to Lumen Field to start our second quarter. Here's Steve Rabel.
And all of us here at Lumen Field are Tennessee and Detroit fans today. So go Titans, go Lions. Meantime, here at Lumen Field, we're just getting set to start the second quarter with a 3-3 tie. Indy owns most of the stats here in this first quarter, especially time of possession. 10 minutes for Indianapolis, just a shade under 5 minutes for the Seahawks. Indy looking at a 3rd down and 4 now at their own 41-yard line. They're 2 of 4 on 3rd downs. Rivers from the shotgun has a single setback next to him. Here comes the rush. Rivers is going to throw near side. Ball is caught, but I think out of bounds. No, they're going to say a reception.
Wow, the rookie Tyler Warren, what a catch! And I think that's only the second accurate throw I've seen from Rivers, but it was in only one place where.
And a challenge flag comes flying in from Mike McDonald on the near side as Rivers was trying to get the Indy offense up to the line to run a play before a review could be made. It was going to be a close call by Tyler Warren on that reception, or if it was a reception. And Adrian Hill.
Seattle is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. Timeout.
Looked like he only had 1 foot in, and we're going to take a timeout while they look at it. 14:42 to play here in the second quarter. A 3-3 tie on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Isaac Robb for Langdon Farms, the single best public golf course in our area. No place is more committed to quality drainage for enjoyable winter golf. Top-notch conditions 365 days of the year. Langdon Farms, just off I-5 in Wilsonville.
Hey friends, Dusty here. This December, our locally owned Victorino's Mexican food is celebrating family, warmth, and good times serving real meals, creating real moments, and showing gratitude to loyal customers like you. When you think of flavor, think of Victorino's. Online at victoricos.com.
'Twas the week before Christmas, and I'm driving around, shopping for family all over town, when someone stops short ahead of me and my friend, then crash, someone smashes my rear end. Apparently this jerk can't drive in the rain in his truck. Now my back is hurt and I'm missing work. Like seriously, what the heck? I'm George McCoy from Warren Allen, Attorneys at Law. A car accident around the holidays can be especially stressful. Let me and my team take on the insurance company so you can focus on the things that matter most. Call me or go to warrenallen.com.
The soil around your home is a lot like a sponge. It expands when it's wet and contracts when it's dry. Over time, all that movement can damage your foundation. Your house starts sending warning signs like cracks, uneven floors, and sticking doors and windows. Terra Firma can stop the cycle. Our experts will find the source of the problem and provide permanent solutions to make your foundation safe and solid again. So if you suspect your foundation has issues, don't wait for things to get worse. Call Terra Firma today for a free evaluation.
Visit GoTerraFirma.com.
CCB number 173547. Television sales on Black Friday set new records as millions of Americans snapped up the hot deals. But a lot of people were out of town or too busy to take advantage of the special pricing. So, how about a redo? Right now, you've got a second chance to save big on many of the top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs. Where? At Video Only, where the smart shoppers go. So, don't miss out. Check out Video Only now, or
you'll be sorry.
celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the Northwest. This is the home of the Seattle Seahawks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
About 2.5 seconds after we left for a commercial break, an expedited review showed that it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it was an accurate throw by Phillip Rivers. It really was the only place, but the rookie, Tyler Warren, just couldn't get that second foot down, and it was rookie on rookie there with Nick Emanwari, who really had tight coverage. So it was a perfect throw.
So here is Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. Rashid Shaheed with his heels on the 10-yard line. Snap, kick is away, and it's a line drive. Shaheed is going to catch it at the 9. Trying to break a tackle, can't. Falls forward to about the 14. That's where the Hawks will start 1st and 10. Today's game is presented by T-Mobile, now the best mobile network in America, according to Ookla Speed Test. Go to T-Mobile.com/network to see how.
Well, Philip mentioned the accuracy. Phillip Rivers, the big story, 3 for 8 in that first quarter. So he's starting to kind of find his way a little bit, and they have yet to get to him. So I haven't seen there's a pressure or two, but nothing, no hits, and I think he took 1 quarterback hit, but no sacks. So I'd like to see them get after the old man.
Best thing the Hawks can do right now is keep the ball on offense for a while. 1st and 10 from their own 15. With a pistol formation. Charbonnet is lined up behind Darnold, who throws the ball to the middle of the field, and it's dropped.
Wow. That's like when Tyler Lockett used to drop a pass. It was always noticeable because he never would drop passes.
It's JSN is the intended receiver. And I was just going to say, I don't know that I've said that at all this year, that JSN dropped a pass.
Right. Yeah, it was just one of those, he makes some ridiculously hard catches, and that one was right in his breadbasket there.
2nd down and 10 from the 15. Slot to the far side. Charbonnet stays in the backfield. Darnold takes the shotgun snap. Flag is down. Throw again back to the middle. Sliding down to make the catch is Barner. Now let's see what this flag is all about. A 15-yard gain. It'll be a 1st down if it stands. Mike McDonald is a little upset looking on the side.
Offside offense, number 88, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
Barner is beside himself. Those guys always check to make sure they're onside. And as we look down the line, well, his foot was right on the line where the ball was.
It looked like it was even with the ball there.
So that's the first penalty on the Seahawks today. And again, Seahawks have really kind of stopped themselves on these early drives. 2nd down now and 15 with Charbonnet staying in the backfield. Trip set left, Darnold from the shotgun. Now motion across to the right side is Shaheed. Darnold takes a snap, looks, fires back inside. Ball is caught. Kupp makes the catch and takes it across the 15 for a gain of maybe 7. Looking back inside as Darnold started to look outside, then followed his progression back in. JSN with the catch. I beg your pardon. It looked like, for a moment, it looked like Cooper.
Well, when he turned to run, it did look like Cooper Kupp, that quickness, and that's what you get from JSN.
And so, 3rd down now and 8 at his own 17. Quick snap, shotgun snap. Sam's going to get hit in the backfield and go down. Tried to hit his back foot, looked to throw the ball, and Latu again with the pressure. He is one of the best. A loss of 7 as they just railroad over the offensive front of the Seahawks, and it's going to force another punt.
Well, Sharps missed the block on the edge there, but there was pressure coming up the middle as well, because there's about 3 players that converged on Sam, and he wisely eats the ball there.
Dixon will punt from his own end zone. Owen stands at his own 40-yard line. Colts jumping around at the line of scrimmage, and here's a high wobbly kick by Dixon. Owen for the fair catch. He makes it at his own 46, and that's where the Colts will start. 1st and 10. 12:52 to play here in this second quarter. We're still tied at 3 on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Have a special somebody on your shopping list that loves to golf? Then you'll love Red Tail Golf Center's annual store-wide holiday sale, where you'll save up to 50% off all the gifts for your golfer, including top-name clubs, balls, shoes, apparel, and much more, all under one roof and at the guaranteed lowest prices. Red Tail has 30 to 50% off a huge selection of golf gear from Callaway, Nike, TaylorMade, Cobra, and many more. Not sure what to buy? How about a gift card so your golfer can choose what they want? And to make you merrier, we'll even throw in a $10 bonus for every $100 in gift cards you purchase. Or trade in your old clubs and get a 50% bonus to spend like cash on anything at Red Tail. Gift cards, trade-ins, and up to 50% off store-wide, all at Red Tail's annual holiday sale, now through December 24th. Red Tail Golf Center, where we guarantee the lowest holiday prices. 1/2 mile from Washington Square on Shoals Ferry. Visit golfredtail.com for details or call 503-646-5166.
Hey, it's Duke for A&E Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Right now, A&E is featuring the Great Northwest Series. It's a heat pump designed for homes right here in the Pacific Northwest. Gas or electric, this system adapts to your needs. And not only can you get 12 years of parts and labor protection and 10-year financing at 2.99% with approved credit, but the system also qualifies for rebates from Energy Trust of Oregon and PGE. So visit aeheatingandcooling.com to learn more. A&E is your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. CCB number 203004.
Hey, it's Dirt here for Homesy. The holidays are near, and some of you, like me, will be hosting your friends and your family at your home this year. That means it's the perfect time to swap out those old dingy floors for beautiful new floors from Homesy, and they have a great deal for the holidays. Get at least 3 new rooms installed and buy your flooring from Homesy, and they'll give you $1,000 off your flooring installation. This deal runs through Christmas, so make sure to act fast. Go check them out online, homesy.com, and make sure for this holiday season, make it easy. Call Homesy.
CCP number 239804.
The Seahawks live here. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM, celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the PNW.
Pacific Office Automation is a proud sponsor of the Seahawks and the Northwest #1 provider of office technology. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved.
The young rookie Riley Mills in there again. He's getting lots of snaps today for his first game.
Phillip Rivers, the old veteran, walking along the line of scrimmage, talking to his tight ends and his linemen on a 1st down and 10 at his own 47. From the pistol formation, he's going to turn and hand the ball off, and Taylor is going to have a big run right off the get-go. He's going to get 9 yards. Rivers 3 of 9 for 31 yards throwing the football, so hasn't been particularly efficient there, but the running game has done all the work for Indianapolis so far in this first half.
Yeah, they're blowing open some huge holes in our D-line, which is very unlike this defensive line, and you know, part of it might be just a learning curve for Riley Mills.
2nd down and 1 at the Seattle 47. Taylor stays in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff. He's going to have a 1st down. Not by much, but he will have a 1st down. And we go to the sidelines after the 3-yard gain to Jen.
One of the names you haven't called recently is Derek Hall. He left the sidelines, went into the locker room. We have not seen him since the opening drive. He got pressure on Phillip Rivers. In fact, Steve, you're the one who said that was the first pressure he felt. Forced the punt, and then he has suffered a hand injury, so he is questionable to return for this one.
D-Hall can come back. Meantime, 1st and 10 for the Colts at the Seattle 41. Taylor stays in the backfield, and Rivers stays in the shotgun. Wide outs to both sides. Long count. Play fake. Rivers steps, slides, falls down, gets up. Actually gets a positive yard, but I think they're going to call him down. Let's see. He lost 3 at one point. I don't know if they're going to get credit for a sack or not, but he slipped on the insignia out there, fell down, got up, took him a while. His little alert bracelet went off, said, I've fallen and can't get up. But he did.
Well, Boye Mafe was about a yard away from him, his hand from reaching out and grabbing his jersey, and it looked like he was just going to give up at that point. And it just kind of rolled forward like you do when you fall when you're an old man.
We're going to give DeMarcus Lawrence credit for a sack. And now timeout is called as Rivers is going to walk over to the far sideline. I can't even imagine a guy who hasn't played in 5 years just being out there. So it's amazing. I kid, but I admire very much what he's doing. I just hope he doesn't do it too well.
Yeah, I mean, you saw early on he's very inaccurate, and then he's made a few pretty accurate throws. The one on the sideline that didn't count to Warren because his foot was out, but I mean that ball still was on the money. And by the way, Nicky Manwari, rookie on rookie there, just had great coverage. But yeah, that one looked like, I mean, I'm sure Steichen is telling him, hey, if you think you're going to take a shot, just get down. Just, take the sack, and that's kind of what the mentality was. D-Law now with his 6th sack of the season.
So here we go, a 2nd down and 12 for Rivers and company. Slot to the near side. Now coming back in motion is Pierce to the right side. Rivers awaiting the shotgun snap. 4-man rush. Rivers with the throw. Far side. Ball is caught for a short gain. Making the catch on the far side is Josh Downs, the third-year player who came in with 44 catches on the game. He picks up a couple. Eamon Warry's right there to make the tackle. So 3rd down and 10. And this, I think, would be too long a field goal attempt. So Seahawks defense looking for a stop right here.
Well, Rivers has been getting rid of the ball pretty quickly. They've run, there's not been any long developing routes for him, and they know what this D-line is all about and don't want him taking any shots.
Taylor in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Taylor's going to get the handoff. Going to go over his right guard. A flag is down on the far side of the field. It's going to be a defensive offside. I tell you, the Seahawks have done more to hurt their own cause here today with mistakes and lining up offsides and penalties.
Offside defense, number 53, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Those are just the kind of mistakes that against any team you can't make, but a team like this that's scrappy anyway and that's fighting for survival, you just can't do it.
Yeah, and I saw earlier Jay Reed looked to me like he was offsides as well. Just a mental mistake there.
So 3rd down and 5 now at the Seattle 36. Seattle is showing blitz. Rivers saying that somebody moved it. In fact, they did up front for Indianapolis.
False start offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
That's their big rookie tackle, Jalen Travis, who's in for Smith at that right tackle spot. 6'8", 339 pounds. It's sort of like a barge. Once it starts moving, you can't stop it. And so he kind of rolls. It's the first penalty of the day on Indy. Makes it 3rd and 10.
And the scary thing is he doesn't look that big out there. There's a lot of monsters on this offensive and defensive line.
Rivers from the shotgun. Taylor beside him. No, it's Amir in the backfield. Quick throw inside. Ball is caught. Diving forward. He might have a 1st down. If not, he's going to be short by about a half a yard to Alec Pierce. No, Pittman. Beg your pardon. And so a 9-yard gain. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1. And, of course, the Colts are going to go for it. There was Pittman on the reception. So here we go. 4th down and 1. Seattle's done a pretty good job this season on 4th down. Taylor in the backfield. Rivers under center. Return, hand to Taylor. Flag is down. I think a false start.
Wow, he went nowhere. DeMarcus Lawrence just slashed inside. Jay Reed splitting a double team. They were all over that play.
False start offense. Right guard. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
That's going to go against Matt Gonzalez. But the bigger story for the Colts was their best offensive lineman, Quentin Nelson, very slow to get up off the ground after that play. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 6 after the penalty. And on comes the field goal team for Indy once again.
Let's see if Nick can work his magic off the edge here. He's been really working hard. I'm not sure if he's rushing on every single play or every single field goal attempt, but he's gotten really good at it, and he takes a lot of pride in it.
This is a 55-yard attempt by Groupie off the right hash mark. He's 1 of 1 today, but the first one from 42. There's the snap. Kick is away. It's got to hurry. It's going to get there, and it's good. Blake Groupie with a 55-yarder makes it 6-3. Seahawks trailing the Indianapolis Colts with 8:26 to play here before the half.
Hey, Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and obviously New Year's is coming up. Can you believe it? Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. And sports fans, you gotta check out the Hawks Peak. You're home for game days with great food and drinks, more than 60 TVs, so you won't miss a play, and a heated, covered outdoor deck with those great views of the Snoqualmie Valley. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
For the Seahawks, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize your performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving game day broadcasts from lag time, connecting 60,000 plus live fans at the stadium, delivering benefits of the cloud for your network, secure as a defensive line, legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
At BECU, we're proud members of the 12s community. Jersey casual dress code on Blue Fridays, hoarse voices on Monday mornings, and flying that 12 flag every day of the week. We know how much the 12s love to show their pride, because we do too. That's why we give our members a chance to show their Seahawks pride with every purchase. So join us and get the Seahawks Debit MasterCard from BECU, the official debit card of the Seattle Seahawks. BECU, power in people. Membership required. Restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
With NFL Plus, keep the NFL in reach. Stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime games on mobile during the regular and postseason, and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season on NFL Red Zone. And for a limited time, save 20% on an annual NFL Plus Premium subscription. Offer ends September 15th. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
8:26 to play before the half, and Indianapolis puts another 3 on the board with a 55-yard Blake Groupie field goal. A 6-play, 17-yard drive, almost 4.5 off the clock for Indy. Makes it a 6-3 Indianapolis lead here.
Feels like last week.
I was just going to say, we talked during the break. We went to halftime last week in Atlanta, a 6-6 game, all field goals. And then, if you're an Atlanta fan, all hell broke loose after that. Meantime, Seahawks have Rashid Shaheed deep along with Velus Jones. Groupie kicking from right to left. There's the kick, end over end. Shaheed at the goal line. Across the 10, 15, 20. Accelerates across the 30, the 35. Gets wrapped up and dropped at the 40. And a little pushing and shoving on the far sideline. Say fans voting for the 2026 Pro Bowl, and now there's a flag down, is now live. Vote now to send your favorite Seahawks.
During the return, illegal block the back against the return team, number 81. 10-yard penalty, first down Seattle.
Vote now to send your favorite Seahawks to the 2026 Pro Bowl games in San Francisco. Visit Seahawks.com/Pro Bowl to cast your votes today. And another penalty against the Seahawks. So the Seahawks, that one on Eric Saubert, just activated as a block in the back on the kickoff. He's a terrific special teams player, but just not able to get in front of the guy he was trying to block. So the Seahawks will start back at their own 15. They have been, Dave, down in their own end of the field this entire first half.
Yeah, and they've got a heavy set with 13 personnel. Got 1 running back and 3 tight ends, and those are all 3 tight ends.
And now,
on this team,
on top of everything else, Josh Jones is in at right tackle as Abe Lucas stays on the sidelines. He was on the tent, in the tent earlier, being checked out, and now he's on the side. So here is Darnold under center on 1st and 10 from his own 18. Walker in the backfield, a handoff to Rashid Shaheed on an end around, and he gets dropped for a loss back to the 10. Wow. Just one thing after another for the Seahawks offense. Pratt, the outside backer, firing through untouched, making the tackle for a loss of 3.
Well, that didn't fool anybody on that side of the defense. There was 4 guys sitting there waiting for him.
Charbonnet in the backfield on 2nd down and 13. Darnold empties the backfield. He's at his own 15-yard line. JSN is going to slot on the left side, 3 receivers to the right. Now movement. And Sam Darnold slams the ball into the ground, and it's just getting ridiculous. Seahawks mistakes.
Start offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
And there are a smattering of Colts fans here, and they are enjoying what they're watching, and Mike McDonald is probably frying on the near sidelines.
Yeah, and we kind of compared it to last week, but remember them having this many mistakes, just mental errors. And that's the 4th penalty now for the Seahawks.
Charbonnet goes wide to the right side. JSN slots on the left side. Empty backfield on 2nd down and 18. 4-man rush. Darnold looks. Now he's got to scramble to the left side. Looks, pump fakes, gets hit. Ball comes out, flies out of bounds. Happily, as he's hit by Cross, knocked the ball loose. Nowhere to throw. Everybody was covered. A 1-yard gain, actually, on the play. So Darnold really took a shot and was lucky that ball bounced out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down and 17.
Boy, that Cross did not fall for that pump fake at all, and really put a pretty good hit on Sam. And I know he's a tough guy, but you don't want to see your quarterback taking shots like that. That was a full-speed tackle there and knocked him backwards. He looks okay, but I want to see your quarterback get hit like that.
Hawks are 0 for 3 on 3rd down. The Seahawks are just going to run it on 3rd and 18, and that's going to go nowhere. So that might be a record breaker for offensive inability to move the ball on a drive down in your own end of the field, and the Seahawks fans are not happy as Latu crosses the line of scrimmage and makes another tackle in the Seattle backfield. 3 plays, lost 10 yards. Wow.
Boy, this is a very disciplined defense, and, A.J. Barner, typically a really good blocker, but Latu puts a spin move on him and gets out to the edge, and they're a very disciplined defense.
Here's Dixon with a rocket punt. Owen under it, makes a fair catch at the 41-yard line, and the Colts have it in great field position once again. We'll take a break. 5:49 to play here in this first half. Seattle trails 6-3.
There's a reason Seahawks fans are called the 12s. Because strong support off the field is like having a 12th player on the field. So whether you're in the stands at Lumen Field or waving your 12 flag in your living room, 76 celebrates your fandom and cheers on the Seahawks. Let's go, 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 Hawks. 76 is a proud sponsor of the Seattle Seahawks.
76 is a trademark owned by Phillips 66 Company. Copyright 2025, all rights reserved.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, lift with your legs, man.
There's the Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not that.
Of course he did. Right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
And elf, I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch. So you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part, you can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed.
With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement. 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in a new line. $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey Seahawks fans, this is Steve Rabel for Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Coaching a winning team requires planning ahead and keeping all your players healthy. Virginia Mason Franciscan Health's primary care providers help you coordinate your family's care, including annual physicals, screenings, and immunizations. So keep your home team healthy. Find a provider and schedule an online appointment today at vmfh.org/Seahawks. dmfh.org/Seahawks. As well, make sure to catch a post-game edition of Seahawks Central Thursday night on Kong. Paul Sylvie and Dave Wyman will break down the game, and we'll be joined by a couple of the Seahawks players. Catch Seahawks Central Thursdays, 9:30 p.m. on Kong, and Friday at 7:30 p.m. on King 5. So, some little bit of voices raised on the near sidelines amongst the offense, or at least the offensive coordinator, during that commercial break. Meantime, the Colts have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Hand off to Taylor. Starts right, in behind his blockers, draws a crowd. Maybe gets a couple. Out close to the 45. We'll call it a 3-yard gain. 5.5 to play here in this first half with the Colts on top 6-3.
Yeah, it's going to be frustrating for Clint Kubiak. He's trying to, like we talked about last week, they kind of chipped away, body blow in that first half. But this has just been buffoonery. I mean, the guy's jumping off sides and, missing blocks, and that's got to be really frustrating for him. He's trying to set that defense up for the second half.
2nd down and 7, pistol formation, handoff to Taylor, gets hit in the backfield, breaks the tackle, pushes the pile, gets some positive yards out to the 48 of Indianapolis. He gets 4 yards. It's tough to bring that guy down. You can put 3 or 4 hats on him, and he drags people with him. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, and Abdullah, you look at from the waist down, man, that guy, he's low to the ground. He's kind of built like George Halani, and he has been pushing the pile as well as Jonathan Taylor.
He's in the game right now, Abdullah. Lines up next to Rivers from the shotgun. 2 of 6 on 3rd downs are the Colts. 3rd and 3, Rivers. Shotgun snap, wants to throw. Quick throw far side, ball is caught. Abdullah, he's open in the flat, has a 1st down. Good open field tackle. Bryant makes the tackle, but that's a tough play for Ernest Jones as that inside linebacker to race out to the flat to try to make that play.
Yeah, I would just think that early on in the shorter routes would be more well covered, just because you know that Phillip Rivers isn't going to take a 7-step drop and sit there in the pocket and pat the ball. So they got to jump some of these routes early.
Taylor back in the backfield. Warren shifts over to the right side, the tight end. Rivers from the shotgun, play fake. Takes a drop back, tight end screen to the right side, and it is broken up. Nice job by Thomas, among others, as Warren makes that catch, but loses a yard on the tight end screen to the right.
Yeah, I think they can start sort of jumping those routes, like I was saying earlier. Little screen out there. Good job by Thomas, and Derek Hall got out there, and then, of course, Big Cat. And it's just amazing how many times Leonard Williams makes tackles out at the numbers or on the sidelines. He just hustles his tail off.
2nd down and 11 at the Seattle 43. Taylor stays in the game. As Rivers walks up to the line, points out something to his lineman, now steps back. Here comes the rush. Rivers throws right down the middle. Warren makes the catch. Man, that is a Pro Bowl throw by Phillip Rivers. That was right down the throat of the Seattle defense. 3 defenders in the region, and that ball was right to the tight end on time for a 17-yard gain and a 1st down.
Right between the linebackers there, and that was a beautiful throw. And we were talking about the scale of what are we going to see. Is he going to light us up a little bit? He didn't in the first quarter, but he's starting to connect on some of these quick passes.
Been on the field a lot. Can't let him get comfortable. 1st and 10 at the Seattle 26. Slot to the near side. Rivers going to hand this one off. Taylor kind of sidesteps one tackler at the line of scrimmage and tiptoes out close to the 20-yard line, make it the 21 of the Hawks for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, and I would argue that the run game, the run defense is what's getting them, because they're setting them up in these 2nd and 3rd and short type of plays that's what you're going to see with Phillip Rivers.
And 2 minutes to play now here in this first half. We will take a timeout as the Seahawks trail and the Colts are threatening. 6-3 is the score on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
The Carl's Jr. lawyers said we couldn't name our new burger the biggest burger for the smallest price burger. So we didn't. And that's called a loophole. the new Cali XL burger. A beefed up char-broiled double burger with double cheese, only $5.99. That's more meat, not more expensive. Get it now for a limited time only at Carl's Jr. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S. Stock Exchange. But there are an estimated 33 million companies in the U.S. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. The average investor is missing out on over 99% of the investment opportunity that's happening in this beautiful country until now. True portfolio strength is found beyond the confines of the S&P 500, investing in promising companies before they go public. Private real estate, infrastructure, world-changing technologies. This is called the endowment model. The endowment model has historically outperformed the traditional model of just stocks and bonds. If you're an accredited investor and want more from your investments, it's time to think beyond just stocks and bonds. Call Trajan today. 503-210-5800. That's 503-210-5800.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Bellagio's Pizza, a Northwest favorite since 1996. This is Mike Barrett. Bellagio's has been a family staple for years. I love that they're local, they give back to the community, to schools, to organizations, but mostly I love that Bellagio's Pizza is so dang good. If you've had it, I don't need to sell you on that. The dough and sauce are still made fresh in Wilsonville every day. They've stayed true to their process, and you can taste it. 13 locations in our area. Bellagio's Pizza, the very best.
Celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the Northwest, this is the home of the Seattle Seahawks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Coming up on the Seahawks halftime report, Michael Bumpus, Paul Moyer, Ray Roberts going to break down this first half. Not very much fun for the Seahawks offensively, and preview the second half. Second down and 5 for the Colts at the Seattle 21. Phillip Rivers from the shotgun. Steps up, now steps back. Slot to the near side. Bit of a high snap, quick throw, far side. Ball was caught. Dragging defenders for a first down inside the Seattle 15. A 7-yard gain. And that's Taylor once again. And now timeout is called.
Their tackle, Raymond, looks like he's in pain. He's their left tackle. He's a really good player.
Looks like second timeout of the half. Please set the game clock to 1-4-6.
Right shoulder as he is being helped off. They've already lost their left tackle today. They're playing with their rookie 4th-round draft choice, Jalen Travis, on the right side. Tenuta is the backup, listed backup, and he is in the game now. A free agent out of Virginia Tech. So the Seahawks need to find a way, Dave, to take advantage of 2 young tackles in the game right now for Indy. But the strength of the Indy running attack, as we talked about, is their guards and center.
Yep, and Jonathan Taylor just more powerful than what I remember seeing. And, he has great feet, and he's running behind the inside part of that offensive line.
And he gets the handoff again, and he's tripped up and goes down short of the 10-yard line. He'll pick up 3. A timeout called.
And that might be the most or least that we've seen him as far as his yardage there. Jonathan Taylor, he's always getting an extra 4, 2, 3 yards on almost every single play.
Colts have 1 timeout left, 1:42 to play. By the way, Ernest Jones now has 100 tackles this season. That's his 4th consecutive season with 100 stops. So congratulations to him. And there's still 3.5 quarters to play. And we'd like to see a lot more tackles today. And preferably behind the line of scrimmage. Second down and 7 at Rivers again from the shotgun. Taylor gets the handoff again, dances his way down to the 7-yard line. Always seems to fall forward. He draws a crowd, but Boye Mafe is there, among others. Job is also there. A 4-yard gain. And another timeout is used here. That's the Seahawks using their second timeout. So each team now has a timeout left here in this first half with $1:37 to play, and the Colts knocking at the door. They lead 6-3.
There's just been way too much leaky yardage where, Jonathan Taylor should be stopped at for a 1-yard gain, 2-yard gain. He's getting 3, 4. And he's a very powerful young player, but we just haven't been playing on their side of the line of scrimmage, which is typical with this defense.
Taylor stays in the backfield. Rivers from the shotgun on 3rd down and 3. A slot to the left side. Rivers wants to throw. Stops. Throws over the middle. Touchdown Colts. Boy, does he make it look easy. And just running right away from Josh Jobe, who was in coverage that time. A 7-yard touchdown reception. And the Colts now stretch their lead to 12-3 to a stunned crowd here at Lumen Field. Seahawks defense has been on the field for almost 20 minutes of this first half. It's just been a remarkable turn of events here. The offense has just not done anything today, and that touchdown by Josh Downs makes it 12-3 as Groupie comes on for the PAT to make it 13-3 and a 10-point Indy lead. There's the kick. It's up, and it's good. 13-3 with $1:33 left to play here in this first half. We'll take a break and be right back.
Listen up, Seahawks fans. Shop and Score Sweepstakes is back at Safeway. Shop, score, and enter for a chance to win a 2025 Toyota Tacoma, VIP game experiences, groceries for a year, and more. Just buy 5 participating items in a single transaction to enter for a chance to win. Safeway has all your game day tailgate favorites, from fried chicken to fresh-cut fruit and vegetable trays, and tons of easy meal options. Save time and shop online at Safeway.com. Safeway, the official supermarket of the Seahawks.
Place your bets. Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, bet, and win. Bet on all your favorite sports: football, hockey, basketball, soccer, baseball, tennis, boxing, and MMA. Let the bets begin at the biggest and best in the Northwest. Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Please gamble responsibly.
Football season is here, and it's time for 2 premier Northwest franchises to team up. Columbia Bank, your local bank, and the Seattle Seahawks. As the largest bank headquartered in the Northwest, Columbia Bank is the home team you can count on. Learn more about Columbia's premier service and innovative digital solutions at columbiabank.com or visit a local branch. Columbia Bank, proud partner of the Seattle Seahawks, member FDIC.
For the Seahawks, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize your performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving game day broadcasts from lag time, connecting 60,000 plus live fans at the stadium, delivering benefits of the cloud for your network, secure as a defensive line, legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Seahawks football is brought to you by Delta. 12 status is back, benefiting Seahawks fans this season. 1 passing yard gets you 1 mile all season long. 12 status members also get priority boarding out of SeaTac Airport and a 12% discount at the Seahawks Pro Shop on the 12th of each month. Sign up now at 12status.com.
Well, as frustrated as I've been with the defense and just not covering up guys early on in the routes and, not being in position, our offense has 36 yards. We're 0 for 4 on 3rd down. And they've only been able to run 14 plays as opposed to 36 by the Colts.
Here's Groupie with the kick, and Rashid Shaheed at about his own 7. Starts on the far side, cuts back to the middle of the field. Now he's going to get dropped at the 22. Good Good coverage by the Colts. We head to the sidelines, and Jen.
Clint Kubiak is about as low-key as they come. That is how Cooper Kupp described him just a couple of weeks ago, but that was not the scene just minutes ago when he called the entire offense together and was about as fiery as I have ever seen, imploring his offense to get back on track. Ken Walker then followed up with some handshakes and encouragement down the offensive line, which also brings us to this. Abe Lucas is back in the game after dealing with some right shoulder stuff, Steve.
Yeah, see him back out there. All right, Jen, thanks very much. Charbonnet now comes into the game, and he's lined up wide on the right side. Empty backfield for Darnold, who steps up in the pocket, looks, fires down the middle. Ball is caught by Rashid Shaheed. He slips as he tries to turn upfield down at the 30-yard line, an 8-yard gain. Back to the line of scrimmage as the clock keeps moving. 1:12 and counting here in the second quarter. Charbonnet now in the backfield, offset to the left side. Darnold stops, looks, fires, got a man open. Ball is caught. JSN. That's what we expect to see out of number 11. That deep crosser steps out of bounds far side, an 18-yard gain. And that stops the clock with 1 minute to play here in this first half. The Seahawks are going to huddle up now with the clock stopped. And a nice play by Sam, getting some time to step up in the pocket and find JSN.
Well, and that first one in particular was just all him, because there's a free rusher coming on the left side. It was 3-on-2, and Sam able to dodge the contact there and get the ball away.
Tight slot on the right side. Darnold from the shotgun, 4-man rush by the Colts. Sam looks, now fires back inside, incomplete. Tried to hit Barner, who had kind of hooked up on the left side, and that ball was a little bit too far inside. He couldn't make the catch. So we've got a 2nd down and 10. Seahawks on offense, moving the ball here, but inside of a minute to play. 56 seconds to play here in this first half, and down by 10. Seahawks would love to get some points on the board here before the end of the half. Darnold from the shotgun shifts Jackson Smith and Jigba from the right side to the left, and now he stops in the backfield. Colts show blitz, and they come. Throw to the near side, ball is caught. Trying to break a tackle, and he does. His Kupp down near the 40-yard line of Indy, just short of the first down. Remember, the Hawks still have 1 timeout remaining, a 9-yard gain, clock down to 40 seconds. On the line of scrimmage are the Hawks. Darnold with the quarterback sneak. He's got the first down inside the 40. He picks up 2, and now timeout called by Mike McDonald on the near side, and that is the final timeout for the Seahawks here in this first half.
Well, maybe the key is the hurry-up offense, because I don't know if they're thinking too much, but what a great blitz pickup by Charbonnet on the play before that, allowing Cooper Kupp to get enough time. And then, Coop he's a smaller guy, but boy, he's got some strength. So they're starting to get fired up. They're picking up some blitzes there at the end, the last couple, but some of it's been Sam having to try to get out of the way of the free rusher.
Kupp 3 catches for 31, and a fair amount of that is yards after the catch. He always seems to get positive yards. So 1st and 10, Darnold empties the backfield. Now he's going to bring Charbonnet back in next to him on 1st and 10 at the Colts 40-yard line. Single wide out near side, slot to the far side. 4-man rush, throw back inside. That should be a penalty flag. I don't see one yet. Now there's one. Is that one in the back? No, it's not. No flag. Goodness gracious. They were all over the Seahawks receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean, he was just holding him. What do you need to see? For heaven's sakes.
That's a terrible call.
Jonathan Edwards did everything but tackle JSN, and in fact, I think he did. No call. So 2nd down and 10. Stop the clock at 28 seconds. So here we go. Charbonnet in the backfield. JSN slots on the left side inside of Cooper Kupp. Darnold again from the shotgun. 4-man rush. Has time. Throws underneath. Ball is caught. JSN, he's dropped. Now they're going to have to hurry. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Colts won't let him get up off the ground. He does. A 6-yard gain down to 11 seconds. Sam needs to get everybody to get in their stance. And now he spikes the ball. Boy, that took a long time to get everybody set. Part of that is the officials trying to get the ball and reset it. Fans are not happy with it. but at least they did get the ball into some field goal range for Jason Myers. So it was Pratt who literally was grabbing JSN and pulled him back down to the ground and wouldn't let him off the ground. And no call made. So that's a couple of calls right there that I think the officials just missed. So here we go. This is a 52-yarder as the Colts now call timeout. Jason Myers. Boy, everything that the official, Adrian Hill, says is going to get booed now.
Yeah, I'm a defensive guy, and I'm telling you, man, that was ridiculous what Pratt was doing there, holding him down. And then also the no call on the PI. I mean, yeah, I think that's what the fans were booing more than, the ineptitude of our offense right now.
Bynum also was in there to tackle him as JSN got up off the ground, then he got tackled again. So a 52-yard field goal off the right hash mark out of the hold of Michael Dixon. Jason Myers has a career long of 61. Awaiting the snap. There's the kick away. Going to be long enough. And he boots it through. That's going to do it for the first half. It has been a difficult first half offensively. The Seahawks, the best they've done the entire opening half was right there on this final drive to make it 13-6. The Colts on top of the Seahawks. Remember, the Hawks are going to get the ball to start the second half. Meantime, stay tuned for the Seahawks halftime report. Michael Bumpus, Paul Moyer, Ray Roberts coming your way next to dissect this. I can't wait to hear what they have to say, and we'll see you after the half.
Welcome to the Seahawks halftime report. Now, here's your host, Michael Bumpus.
Along with Paul Moyer and Ray Roberts, I'm Michael Bumpus. This is your halftime show. Hawks down 13-6. Largest deficit since the last time they played the Rams. We're usually not down double digits like this. This is something different. What are you saying, Paul?
Well, I mean, look, that's the worst football we've played all year. And I mean special teams, defense, offense. It's not that defensively they've given up a lot of yards. It's just the mistakes. It's, not picking up coverage in certain situations, jumping off sides when we kind of got them out of field goal range. Offensively, mistake after mistake. Got a couple of big plays, drop ball by JSN, which we never see. And then we get another nice pass, and we're lined up offside. So, look, to be down 13-6, I don't love it, but as poorly as we played. I mean, look, we have 4 first downs. We got 4 penalties. That in itself is rare. To be down 13-6, we get the ball to start the second half. I feel okay, but I don't want to say they weren't ready to play. But, man, it's just every critical play, and death by 1,000 cuts by Indianapolis, and I guess an old guy who's been sitting on the sideline for 5 years, who's 44 years old, can still play football.
Ray, 9 carries, 3 yards. What are you seeing?
Well, I think they got to figure out a way to. He doesn't sound like his mic's going right now. But look, I think one thing also, Bump, we talked about this until we get Ray's mic going. I think we throw it almost every down.
Yeah.
They have a very good run defense. We knew that going into it. Their corners, there are openings all over the place. There have been guys free if we could have just been able to step up in the pocket a little bit. There was a touchdown down the sideline. We had JSN on a big play. The middle of the field is wide open. They're not rushing our quarterback other than when we get to third down, third and long. So let's go ahead and mix down. Man, let's wing it because we're going to need to win this game.
Once again, simulated pressure, Ray, right? Showing like you're going to blitz about 5 or 6, but you really drop a couple and then you do your thing there. It's going to be a tough one, man. I think this offensive line has to be able to communicate and sort some things out.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see if Abraham Lucas comes back. He had a shoulder issue there. He's questionable coming back in the second half. Hopefully, we'll be able to survive if we don't. But this isn't about protection. This isn't about anything. This is about, okay, they're going to give it to us in the passing game. Let's do that. I know some people think they're running all over us. No, they're not. I mean, Jonathan Taylor may end up with 40 carries for 110 yards, but I think he's only averaging around 3.5 yards per carry. We're fine, but it's tough when it's 3rd and 4, and then they go 4.5 yards to get another first down.
Yeah, I think the thing they have to figure out on offense, and we talked about this in the pregame, how to get off to a fast start. And I don't know how you do that,
but this is the third week in a row where they're averaging about 80 yards. If you add the average, they're averaging about 80 yards for the first half and only maybe 6 or 7 points. And so it'll be interesting to see if they can come back out in the second half on offense with those same type of adjustments. The other thing to notice, too, and our producer NASA showed me this, too, is that they are setting up some of the same types of blitz packages that we saw against Minnesota, where they're putting the guards in, they're putting you in a tough spot where you got to choose between two different defenders. One guy kind of fake rushes and then backs out, and then the other guy blitzes. And in the one sack against Charbonnet, you're going against, they designed it for him to go against their best pass rusher. And that was going to be a loss to begin with. So one way to do that, though, is you do have to still have the threat of the run or some of the short passes to get you into those second and third and manageable distances. So they cannot have that personnel in the game.
Ray coming in hot with that knowledge, baby. All right, we're going to be back with you guys here soon on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Looking for incredible value on your next Toyota? Right now, Wilsonville Toyota, certified used models, including the RAV4, Camry, Corolla, and BZ models, come with up to 72 months at just 3.99% APR with Tier 1 and up credit. And if you're ready to go new, we've got something big. Get rates as low as 0% on select new Toyotas, including 0% APR on the all-new 2026 BZs, plus a $3,500 rebate for 72 months with Tier 1 and up credit. Visit Wilsonville Toyota today. One person, one price, no bull. Only at Wilsonville Toyota.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know. Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In Jansen Beach, Clackamas, Beaverton, Salem, and Eugene, Video Only.
Happy holidays from the Reynolds Defense Firm. This is McDaniel Reynolds with the Reynolds Defense Firm, and we do one thing, and we do it very well. We represent good people facing DUI or other criminal charges. As the holiday parties gear up, and if you have something to drink, please be careful. Because no matter how solid the Reynolds Defense Firm is, or how great our people are, or how effective we are in court, I hope you never need to call us in the first place. And that goes doubly over the holidays. The Reynolds Defense Firm. We are solid, we are here if you need us, and we are very good.
The Seahawks live here. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM, celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the PNW.
This is the Seahawks Halftime Show. I'm Michael Bummels with Ray Roberts and Paul Moyer. Let's pause 10 seconds to give our network stations a chance to identify themselves here on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Your home for Seahawks football. KRSK Portland, KRSK FM HD1, Malala, Oregon, and Odyssey Sports Station.
All right, some quick stats for you guys. Sam Darnold, 8 for 12 for 84 yards. He's been sacked one time. As a team, the Hawks have 9 carries for 3 yards. Cooper Kupp has 3 for 31. So does Jackson Smith and Jigba. Defensively, Ernest Jones and Leo lead the charge when it comes to tackles. What do you do? 2 weeks in a row. Offense looked like it stalled out a bit in the first half. How do we get things rolling in the second, Ray?
Well, I think we saw a little bit of, what they can do right here before halftime. And I also think if they kind of up the tempo, not like going no huddle, but just getting in and out of the huddle, not allowing the defense to kind of get set, see the personnel, all that kind of stuff. And then I think they need to move the pocket a little bit. Sam has just been kind of stand between the tackles, move the pocket, get him outside the tackle box a little bit, find some maybe crossing routes, let him use his feet a little bit maybe, just to kind of give those pass rushers a different angle, a different spot they have to rush to, and give your offensive line a little bit more time to pass protect.
We got to win on third down. We're 1 for 6. They're 4 for 8. Again, death by 1,000 cuts, right? They're coming up really short on third down. Jonathan Taylor hasn't killed us, but he's got 19 rushes. You're looking at, or they've rushed so far 19 times. So, if they're going to rush it 40 times, we're in trouble. We've got to take this opening drive, put pressure on him, and force him to throw it. They're too good a running team. Even when we're going to take the run's not going to beat us. It's what's going to kill us is they get 3 first downs in a drive, and then they win the field position battle. So win third down, kind of simple stuff.
Big Ray, you got Phillip Rivers, a 44-year-old man, taking care of the football. If you are Mike McDonald, are you putting some pressure on him?
Well, I think you have to. The offensive line, I think they've been max protecting a lot of the time, so they haven't been able to get our normal 4-man rush to him. So I think you have to blitz a little bit just to get him off his spot a little bit and make him maybe have to run. You saw when he tried to run, he fell twice. You know what I'm saying? So I think you have to do that a little bit. And then like Paul said, I don't think them running the ball is going to beat us. It's just the things that they're able to set up because they are running the ball. So I think they need to get to that.
One of the questions we have is Abe Lucas. Is he going to come back into the game? I saw him run out the tunnel. Looks like he's moving well. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm with you guys, man. I think, Paul, we have to take the top off. You got to take some shots. Get JSN going. All right, that's going to be it for us. The guys calling all the action, Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman, are going to take you to the second half. That's coming up next on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CODE to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
This weekend only at Old Navy, score $15 jeans for adults and $10 jeans for kids. That's denim for the entire fam with $15 jeans for adults, $10 jeans for kids. This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Valid 12, 13, and 14 select styles only.
Television sales on Black Friday set new records as millions of Americans snapped up the hot deals. But a lot of people were out of town or too busy to take advantage of the special pricing. So, how about a redo? Right now, you've got a second chance to save big on many of the top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs. Where? At Video Only, where the smart shoppers go. So, don't miss out. Check out Video Only now, or
you'll be sorry. Need the perfect stocking stuffer? Isaac here. Give the gift of my favorite restaurant a gift card from Laurelhurst Market Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. Dine in, grab your meat, or eat at any sister restaurant, Reverend's Barbecue, 808 Hawaiian, Sandy O's, or Big's Chicken. Laurelhurst Market, more than just your friendly neighborhood steakhouse.
Celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the Northwest, this is the home of the Seattle Seahawks. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Welcome back to Seahawks football. Now, with the second half kickoff, here's Steve Rabel.
Two teams back on the field. The Colts lead 14-6. Let's see if there's some fire on the Seahawks sidelines. Let's check in with Jen.
Yeah, well, for Coach Mike McDonald, he just wants to see anything get going on offense, particularly that run game, but really just to get something started so that, you're moving the ball in the right direction. Meanwhile, Shane Steichen, really complimentary of Phillip Rivers, likes the poise that he has shown in the first half and wants to see his quarterback continue that. One more note, the left tackle had been evaluated for the Colts in the locker room. He is officially listed as questionable with an elbow injury, and that would be a pretty big loss if Bernard Ryman was not able to return. But we will see the Seahawks offense on the field first to start the third quarter.
We will indeed, and if Ryman can't return, that's two backup tackles that would be going for the Colts when they get the ball back. Meantime, the Seahawks have their return team out on the field. The second half kickoff is brought to you by Seatown Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Get up to $600 off a new generator. Visit SeatownServices.com today.
Well, maybe the the special teams is going to be the one to turn it around. I mean, just lackluster, not good on offense. Obviously, the numbers bear that out, but also the defense, it's kind of frustrating to me. I don't know why we're not picking up receivers early, because, again, Phillip Rivers isn't going to sit and take a 5 to 7 step drop. He's going to get the ball out of his hand quickly. I don't know. Maybe the answer is more man-to-man defense. Just tighten up the coverage. But, yeah, now all of a sudden you've got Phillip Rivers with a little bit of confidence. He's 10 for 16, 82 yards. But, I mean, most of that was the first few catches or throws that he had.
Here's the kickoff to open the second half. It's Rashid Shaheed, who returned last week's kickoff against the Falcons, 100 yards for a touchdown. This time, a flag goes down on the far side of the field as Shaheed takes it across the 30, but it looks like this one is going to be coming back. And just the way the first half went, that's how the second half is starting. Yet another penalty against the Seahawks, we think. Let's wait and see what the call is, but the Hawks offense is backing up inside of their own 15-yard line now. Conversation is still going between the officials, who were so roundly booed as they left the field in the first half. I mean, you couldn't hear yourself think, it was so loud, and the fans, the 12s, are not happy with this yet again. The conversation continues.
Well, this will be the 5th penalty, but it's more about the ones they didn't call.
Right.
There were 2 fouls on the play, both during the return. Holding against the return team, number 38. Personal foul face mask against the kicking team, number 91. Those penalties were offset at the spot of the hold, first down.
All right. So it took a while to get all that figured out. And the spot of the hold looks like it's going to be near the Seattle 30, maybe just short of it. And the Seahawks are going to be looking to get something going here offensively. What did I see on the stats there, Riley? Carrying the football, like 9 carries for 3 yards in the first half. I mean, that's unacceptable in anybody's book, and I'm sure Clint Kubiak has talked about it at halftime. So the Seahawks need to figure some things out up front, how to get this offense moving again.
Well, that's where we have dominated and why we've won. We've won at the line of scrimmage, and on both sides really have not done well today.
Sam Darnold's going to start under center on first down. A slot to his right side, and Charbonnet is the single setback. Quick throw near side. JSN makes the catch, slips, keeps moving out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. That's where he's tripped up and knocked down. About a 7-yard gain, so second down and 3.
JSN always gets like the last 3 or 4 yards where he's about 1 foot off the grass and like parallel. Like he just constantly is scrambling for more yardage, puts him in a great situation.
Cooper Kupp is wide to the right side now on second down and 3. Charbonnet stays in the backfield, and Darnold goes under center. Going to turn and hand to Charbonnet. Gets the deep handoff. Gets a push. Gets stood up. It's going to be close, but he does have the first down as he refuses to go down and finally falls across the 40 and has guys on the near sidelines, defensive and offensive players alike, shaking those white towels. And finally the offense gets a little something going, 5 yards and a first down.
Yeah, saw Anthony Bradford out there on the edge. Looked like he was all fired up. And so, yeah, I'm sure they got lit up in the locker room. So that's, Clint Kubiak, as Jen said, not a man of a lot of words, and I'm sure he let him have it.
Ken Walker now in the backfield on first down and 10 at his own 41. Play fake to him. Darnold's going to half roll to the right, dumps it off in the near side flat. It's Barner, makes the catch. First down, diving into Indianapolis territory, and inside the 45-yard line of the Colts, a 15-yard gain. Pratt comes over from his outside backer position to make the tackle, and the Seahawks offense does what the Seahawks offense has done all season.
Well, and I love that there's another crosser that was open deep. I think it was Cooper Kupp, and he chose the safe throw to Barner, and ends up being very productive.
Barner's going to shift over from the right to the left as the Seahawks get right to the line of scrimmage. Walker stays in the backfield on first down and 10 at the 44 of Indy. Play fake. Sam's going to roll to the left this time. Looks, throws, ball is caught underneath. Making the catch is Barner, and he falls forward inside the 40 of Indy for a 5-yard gain. Guys are having their troubles a little bit getting their footing out here, it looks like. Kind of slipping and sliding a little more than you would expect to see.
Well, at least we got a reprieve from the river in the sky.
That's true.
Today.
unfortunately, it's going to come back. Our thoughts with all those folks who are listening right now and experiencing flooding issues all around the Pacific Northwest, as we have a 2nd and 5 here at Lumen Field in a pistol formation with Walker behind Darnold in the backfield on 2nd down and 5 at the Colts 39. Handoff straight ahead. Walker, not a lot there, maybe a yard. Odom up to make the tackle, among others. Well, we'll give him 2. Call it 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, every time Abe Lucas is on the ground, I'm worried about him because of that shoulder. Or I guess, is it an elbow that he's got going? Or is it? Yeah,
I think it was a shoulder, neck kind of. Yeah. I saw him kind of trying to flex it down on the sidelines, and that's a lot of shoulder and a lot of neck for anybody. 1 of 6 on 3rd downs are the Hawks right now. Slot to the right side. Charbonnet in the backfield. Saubert shifts over from left to right. Sam takes the shotgun snap, looks, dumps it off near side, flat, incomplete. Tries to get the throw to Charbonnet on a crossing route. Can't hit him. Franklin is there, and the offense is going to stay on the field on 4th down.
Yeah, I think people wanted to hold there as well, and I tend to agree. I mean, he got there early on Charbonnet. The call's just not going our way.
4th down and 3 at the Colts 37. So let's see if Sam is going to try to just draw the Colts off sides or whether they're going to run a play. Empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right side. JSN comes in motion. Sam stops, looks, has time, got to scramble, throws it, ball is caught. Nice job, Sam Darnold. Garner makes himself available far side. Darnold was looking to the right, to the middle. He went through about 6 progressions on that read. Finally found Barner to the left for 7 yards and a 1st down.
Nobody was open. Nobody. I mean, that was great coverage by the Colts and an even better play by Sam, just buying a little bit of time and, went through he looked at every receiver, went through the whole progression there.
Great protection. Play fake. Darnold stops, throws far side. Brady Russell drops it. Tried to turn upfield. That's the 2nd drop today by a Seahawks receiver who started to turn upfield before actually looking the ball in. And that happens when you don't get a lot of opportunities. And Brady is more of a special teams blocking type tight end. Boy, he was open out there in the flat had he made that catch.
That's a shame, and he had some yards to run too because it was JSN that was down. No, it was Barner. It was downfield, and he had a block there. He could have picked up an extra 15 or 20.
2nd down and 10 at the Colts 31. Walker stays in the backfield, and Sam Darnold's under center with a tight slot on the right side. Long count, handoff to Walker, cuts back inside, runs headlong into 2 Rams, but falls forward for at least a couple of positive yards. Make it 3. Clock now inside of 10.5 to play here in the 3rd quarter, and the Hawks once again looking at another 3rd down and 7 at the Colts 28.
It just seems like this is a very disciplined defense because they've tried to cut back, and there's always a linebacker or a D lineman that's sitting there waiting for them. They're a very disciplined defense. I have to give them credit for that. They're not the most talented, but they play together, and they're really hard to. I mean, other teams have been doing it, obviously, over the last 3 weeks.
Empty backfield for Darnold. Looks, lays it up over the top. Rashid Shaheed gets interfered with, does he? Don't see a flag. That's the 2nd call. It looked like it was an interference call as Shaheed down the near sidelines, and it was Mekhi Blackman on coverage. I couldn't tell if he ever turned around, but he just threw his hands up. He did look back for a split second. Boy, I'll tell you, I've seen a lot less than that called for interference.
Yeah.
And that's twice now that the referees have just sat on their mics or sat on their whistles in case of a pass interference call. So Jason Myers comes back on again for another field goal attempt. He's got 2 already today. This one from 46 and right between the hash marks. He's got one from 47 and another from 52. The snap is perfect. The spot is good. The kick is up. And the kick is through. Jason Myers is money again. 3 field goals on the day today. 9:49 to play here in the 3rd quarter. The Colts lead 13-9 on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 503-210-5800. That's 503-210-5800.
Annuities, not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Looking for an unforgettable escape? Discover Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish, Washington, where excitement meets luxury. Play your favorite slots and table games. Enjoy delicious dining and unwind in our elegant hotel rooms. Relax and rejuvenate at our indoor pool and full-service day spa, featuring state-of-the-art wellness pods. With thrilling promotions and premier live entertainment, Legends Casino Hotel is the ultimate Northwest destination for fun and relaxation. Visit legendscasino.com to book your stay. Legends Casino Hotel, within winning distance.
Hey, it's Duke for A&E Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Right now, A&E is featuring the Great Northwest Series. It's a heat pump designed for homes right here in the Pacific Northwest. Gas or electric, this system adapts to your needs. And not only can you get 12 years of parts and labor protection and 10-year financing at 2.99% with approved credit, but the system also qualifies for rebates from Energy Trust of Oregon and PGE. So visit aeheatingandcooling.com to learn more. A&E is your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. CCB number 203004.
The Seahawks live here. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM, celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the PNW.
This Score and Drive recap is brought to you by the Chevy Equinox. From the sporty RS to the adventurous active trim and even an EV, Equinox is where Northwest adventures begin. An 11-play, 43-yard drive to start this second half for Seattle, but they still couldn't punch it in the end zone, so they settled for a 46-yard Jason Meyer field goal. His third on the day makes it 13-9, Indy on top. Here in the third quarter, Jason Myers kicking to Abdullah and Owen, kicking left to right. Two Colts standing just outside their own end zone. Here's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to come down to Abdullah at the 1. Up the right side, numbers 10, 15, 20. Looks for running room and has it. Far sideline, jumps over one tackler and is pushed out of bounds as he hurtled over Jason Myers, but was then knocked out of bounds on the far side. But again, the Colts, who have started in great field position this entire game, do so yet again. Meantime, I'm sorry, Dave, one second. Jason Myers has now set a new career high with 144 points scored this season, and we still have a lot of season to go.
Well, and he was Special Team Player of the Month in November, so went 15 for 16 in his field goals in that month.
Colts playing with two backup tackles now as Phillip Rivers starts 1st and 10. At his own 45, he's going to hand the ball off to Taylor, and this time, boy, that play was getting about 4 or 5 yards a carry, it appeared, in the first half.
Yeah.
And Leo Williams at the bottom of that pile, there was nothing doing, no gain that time.
Well, and they did a lot of subbing. There was a lot of Brandon Peely, and he's a very good player, but didn't see a lot of Murphy and Leonard Williams in there. So they were rotating him out pretty often. But you see the effect those two guys have on the inside when they're rolling.
Taylor is lined up to the left side. Empty backfield. Rivers gets the shotgun snap. He's looking left, wants to throw deep, now dumps it off in the near side flat. Taylor has a lot of running room ahead of him. Witherspoon comes up to make the tackle as everybody sort of dropped back and allowed Taylor to make that catch and pick up 6 yards. So third down upcoming and about 4 for these Colts.
What a tackle by Witherspoon. I mean, he hits like a linebacker. Just throws his body around, and just a great tackle there. But man, you got to get Taylor D'd up. He was out there all by himself.
He stays in the backfield with Rivers. Ball at the Seattle 49. Rivers, shotgun snap. Looks, lays it up over the top, and it's incomplete. I don't think Downs ever found the ball. Rivers just had to throw it and hope that his running back could run under it because he was under some pressure back there. And so it's a 4th down. Are the Colts going to stay on the field? It sure looks like it. 4th and 4 with the ball just on the Seattle side of the field. They might try to draw him off sides right here. Rivers from the shotgun has Taylor in the backfield. Slot to the far side. Everybody's moving on the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they're just trying to get the Seahawks to jump, and nobody's jumping. Rivers once again trying. Nope, nobody's moving. And so finally the clock ticks down, and there's the flag. So the Seahawks disciplined on defense.
Delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
And at this point, Rigoberto Sanchez, that 5 yards isn't going to matter to him much, as he's going to kick down into the Seahawks end of the field. It's the 3rd Indianapolis penalty. Seahawks have a basket full of them in that first half. Rashid Shaheed just inside his own 10. We didn't start the second half with a kickoff return for a touchdown. What about a punt return, Rashid?
No pressure.
None at all. Sanchez will punt from his own 35. End over end, fair catch called for at the 6. And so the Seahawks, who have started under their own goalposts a lot today, will do so again. 8:05 to play here in the third. Seattle trails 13-9.
Hey, Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and obviously New Year's is coming up. Can you believe it? Book your stay at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for an evening of elegance at a night at the Grand Ball. This New Year's Eve celebration includes the legendary DJ Super Sam. And sports fans, you gotta check out the Hawks Peak. You're home for game days with great food and drinks, more than 60 TVs, so you won't miss a play, and a heated, covered outdoor deck with those great views of the Snoqualmie Valley. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
Styles change. 12's Pro. But Seahawks love? That's forever. From the young fans in their fresh new jerseys to the lifelong 12s in their throwback jackets. At the Pro Shop, we've got gear for 12s of every age and every walk of life. This is the Pro Shop. Shop official Seahawks gear in-store at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton, or online at Seahawks.com/Pro Shop.
Around the NFL with Curtis Rogers.
Lions at the Rams. LA trailed 10-7, but Kyron Williams got the Rams their first lead on a short touchdown run.
They do that. Kyron Williams has number 2 on the day. Touchdown.
That was Williams' second touchdown of the game, but Detroit had an answer in the form of Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Quick throw, screen, St. Brown gets a block. Amon-Ra spins his way to the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown, Lions.
St. Brown already with 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lions leading the Rams 24-20 halfway through the third quarter. Packers and Broncos, both teams in the hunt for home field in their respective conferences. Josh Jacobs pushing Green Bay's lead to 2 scores.
Meanwhile, Jacobs, no one near him, taken off. Jacobs to the end zone for his longest touchdown run of the season.
Packers leading 23-14 over Denver, 12 minutes to play in the third quarter. 49ers up 24-10 on the Titans halfway through the third quarter. Let's go to Lumen Field. Here's Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman.
Curtis, thanks very much. Here, the Seahawks getting the ball back 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line. A.J. Barner has been the story here in the second half for Seattle. 3 catches for 26 yards. Had no catches in that first half. So let's see what Sam Darnold and company have in mind here. As they break the huddle, and Charbonnet starts about a half a yard deep in the end zone. Sam under center on this first down. Hand off to Charbonnet, who comes right side. Gets some pretty good blocks, but boy, coming up in a hurry is Nick Cross, the safety out of Maryland, as he flies up there to make the tackle, but not before Sharps picks up 5 yards. Dave, there was a good lane to run in there to start that run.
Definitely, and that's something we didn't see in the first half that much, but Nick Cross, boy, he closed that thing in a hurry, didn't he?
2nd down and 4. Hawks at their own 13 as Darnold gets them to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Now backs off just a bit. Sharp stays in the backfield. Sam goes under center. 2 tight ends on the left side. Toss to the left is Charbonnet. Gets in behind Cross. Turns upfield. Dives across the 20 and picks up a first down. Nice run as Charles Cross leading away from his left tackle spot with authority. A 7-yard gain and a Seahawks first down.
Oh, it's just interesting. That is pretty much what they were doing in the first half. The 3 tight end set out there that time, and it just got closed down. So they're just starting to execute. It took them a while to kind of wake up, I guess, offensively, and looks like they're rolling right now.
Yeah, almost as many rushing yards here in this one drive on that one play, last 2 plays, than in the whole first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at his own 20. Long count, offset eye. Play fake by Darnold. Gets some blocking. Turns, dumps it off, gets hit as he throws. He was decked. He threw the ball, tried to get it to Barner, who had to slide to try to make the reception and couldn't. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 as Darnold was forced to step up in the pocket a couple of times here.
Yeah, he is very good at that, I have to say. You saw him throw a touchdown to JSN last week, and similar play. But, yeah, that was off target just because he got hit right when he released it. But he's really good at stepping up in the pocket and keeping his eyes downfield. That would have been a completion there had he not gotten hit.
Here's a handoff inside on 2nd down, and it's Walker as he jitterbugs his way out to the 25, as finding a little bit of room for 6 yards. Ebukam is in the game for the Colts, and if that name is familiar, you're either an Eastern Washington University fan or you remember him playing against the Seahawks when he was at the Rams and the 49ers. 3rd and 4 for Darnold and company at their own 26. Charbonnet now in the backfield. Slot to the far side. Colts are showing blitz. JSN is lined up on the right. 4-man rush. Sam steps up, looks, dumps it, and incomplete. Tried to get it to Barner, missed him, and got hit. And what the Colts look like they're doing, Dave, is loading up the line of scrimmage, and then they're pulling guys back from the line and rushing certain guys, and it's causing the rush to get upfield in a hurry, and Sam is forced to scramble out, and he got blasted that time just as he let go of the football by Lewis.
And I think both of those plays he was hit, and that's why the throw was off target. But yeah, that's kind of what Atlanta does. That's what Minnesota does, and they're having some success with that look.
Here is a rainmaker by Dixon. Owen at his own 21, surrounded, down at the 23. Brady Russell, among others, there to help make that tackle. Ty Okada as well. 5:50, make it 5:44 to play here in this third quarter. The Seahawks trail the Colts 13-9.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network, because they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G, with more towers, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and Insta-talk and say, "You won't believe where I am."
T-Mobile has the best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. See T-Mobile.com/network.
Listen up, Seahawks fans. Shop and Score Sweepstakes is back at Safeway. Shop, score, and enter for a chance to win a 2025 Toyota Tacoma, VIP game experiences, groceries for a year, and more. Just buy 5 participating items in a single transaction to enter for a chance to win. Safeway has all your game day tailgate favorites, from fried chicken to fresh-cut fruit and vegetable trays, and tons of easy meal options. Save time and shop online at Safeway.com. Safeway, the official supermarket of the Seahawks.
Hi, Seahawks fans. This is Steve Rabel for Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Lung cancer is one of the most deadly cancers in the U.S. and can affect anyone. However, there are certain factors like smoking or family history that raise your risk. If you think you might be at risk and are over 55, you could be eligible for lung cancer screening. At Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, you'll have access to lung cancer experts who specialize in diagnosis, treatment, and follow-up care. Find a doctor and schedule an online appointment today at vmfh.org/Seahawks.
For the Seahawks, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize your performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like clock-saving game day broadcast from Lag Time, connecting 60,000 plus live fans at the stadium, delivering benefits of the cloud for your network, secure as a defensive line, legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Seahawks football is brought to you by Tulalip Resort Casino. Gaming, excitement, dining, live entertainment, luxury accommodations, and spa. When all you want is everything, Tulalip Resort Casino. Details at everythingtulalip.com. Please game responsibly. Phillip Rivers, 11 of 18 for 88 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Starts 1st and 10 at his own 24-yard line, handing the ball off to Taylor, who breaks free across the 30 for another 8-yard, make it a 9-yard run. As Boye Mafe is there, among others, to help make that tackle. Ty Okada is in the game right now, one of the safety spots. He came up to help make the play. Riley Mills is in the game, just activated. Boye Mafe and Hall, along with Jay Reed. Jonathan Taylor stays in the backfield for the Colts on 2nd down and 1. Rivers takes the shotgun snap. Taylor takes the handoff. And Witherspoon grabs him around the ankle, but he's going to get a 1st down and a little bit more for Jonathan Taylor, make it 2 yards. Jones on the tackle as Jonathan Taylor's probably over 60 yards now. 66 yards, in fact. Seattle hasn't allowed a 100-yard rusher in 22 straight games. Offset eye. Actually, it's a pistol formation on 1st and 10 from his own 36. But the handoff goes to Amir Abdullah to the right side. And not a lot of running room that way. In fact, no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it's been interesting, the rotation that they've had as far as the defensive line goes. And again, I haven't seen Murphy and Leonard Williams out there together a lot. They're getting Riley Mills, a lot of run out there. Jaron Reed, maybe it looks a couple times like maybe he's a little bit hampered by that club he has to, where your hands are so important as D-line, as a D-lineman. But yeah, just a lot of rotation going on with that defensive front.
2nd down and 10 from his own 36. Abdullah in the backfield. Play fake to him. Throw by Rivers far side. Ball is caught. And, nice, smart move on the far side after Downs made the catch. And it was Nick Emanwari out there who wrapped up the wide receiver, picked him up, and back in the old days, guys would get slammed. And Emanwari knew you can't do that or you get 15.
He is a smart rookie. Actually, not a rookie anymore at this point, right? But he is always, the whole year, has played like a 5-6 year veteran. So smart.
Colts are 4 of 9 on 3rd down. You can hear the 12s on 3rd down and 7 for Rivers at his own 39. Abdullah in the backfield with him. Rivers wants the ball. He gets the shotgun snap. Steps up, dumps it off Abdullah underneath. Who breaks one tackle, can't break a second. As Jones gets there, boy, did the Seahawks defense rally to make that tackle. Just a 2-yard gain. And here comes the punt team.
Yeah, the offensive line really, for the Colts, has done a pretty good job for Phillip Rivers. He hasn't gotten hit, but maybe a couple of times. But they're giving him plenty of room as far as the great rally by the Seahawks defense there. Just, you can see the speed of Witherspoon and how he just closes. He is just all over like a cat out there.
Sanchez will punt. Shaheed stands at his own 11. Kick is away. High spiral. Shaheed comes up to make the catch. It bounces at the 5 and into the end zone. And we'll take a break. 2:34 to play in the 3rd quarter. Seattle trails 13-9 to the Colts. This is the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
The Carl's Jr. lawyers said we couldn't name our new burger the biggest burger for the smallest price burger. So we didn't. And that's called a loophole. The new Cali XL burger. A beefed up char-broiled double burger with double cheese, only $5.99. That's more meat, not more expensive. Get it now for a limited time only at Carl's Jr. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
The Fan 411.
Log on to 1051thefan.com now for your chance to win a $50 gift certificate from Red Tail Golf. Red Tail Golf Center's annual store-wide holiday sales going on now with up to 50% off all your holiday golfing needs, plus a 10% bonus on gift cards. Red Tail Golf Center, where we guarantee the lowest holiday prices. Details on how to win at 1051thefan.com. Download the free Odyssey app and favorite 1051 The Fan for exclusive content from fan hosts, easy access to fan podcasts, and more.
That's the Fan 411.
So what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They get the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In Jansen Beach, Clackamas, Beaverton, Salem, and Eugene, Video Only.
Celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the Northwest, this is the home of the Seattle Seahawks. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Catch Seahawks fifth quarter tonight on King 5 following Sunday Night Football. Paul Sylvie, Walter Jones, and yours truly break down today's game, and we'll be joined by a couple of Seahawks players. That's Seahawks fifth quarter tonight following Sunday Night Football on King 5. Sam Darnold, 12 of 21 for 118 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Starting 1st and 10 at his own 20. Wideouts to both sides. Pistol formation with Walker behind him in the backfield. Play fake to him. Sam sets, looks, fires, reaching up, making a catch. Rashid Shaheed breaks the tackle and knocked off his feet just shy of the 50-yard line. Franklin gets out there to make the tackle, but Rashid, a 28-yard reception. That's the longest play of the game for the Seahawks right there. And almost out to midfield, makes it 1st and 10.
Yeah, it almost looked like a two-man route there, and they loaded up with a couple of tight ends, and they stayed in and blocked and gave Sam plenty of time.
Offset eye behind Darnold. Play fake to Walker. Throw far side, reaching up. Cooper Kupp makes a man miss. Thrown out of bounds by Franklin in front of the Indianapolis bench. Cooper Kupp having himself a day. A 6-yard gain there makes it 2nd down and 4 inside of 1:40 to play here in the third quarter. Kupp 4 catches, 37 yards. Makes it a 2nd down and 4. Walker in the backfield, the single setback as Darnold goes under center. Cowler up the tight end in motion from left to right. Walker goes over that left side, looks for some running room. Doesn't find much, maybe a yard.
They just, they have more guys than we have to block them a lot of times. And a lot of that is because they just stay home. They're really a disciplined defense. But that one just had nowhere to go. There was too many defenders, not enough blockers on that side of the ball.
3rd down and 3 at the 46 of Indy. Seattle just 1 of 9 on 3rd down today. Slot far side. Kupp is slotted on the right inside of JSN, who comes in motion. And now he wings on the right side. Empty backfield for Darnold. Throws back inside. Jackson Smith-Njigba catch. 30, 25, 20. Knocked out of bounds near the 15 of Indianapolis. Bynum runs him out, and just like that, Sam Darnold takes a shotgun snap, stands up, and fires a dart for 29 yards with the run to JSN. That's what makes the Seahawks offense dangerous as he runs away, does Jax from the D. 1st and 10, Seattle to 17 of Indy.
Boy, JSN did such a good job kind of choking it down a little bit as he made the cross so Sam could hit him right in between the two underneath droppers. That's 5 catches for 67 yards now for JSN.
2 tight ends on the right side for the Hawks, Charbonnet in the backfield, and that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. 3 in the books here in Indy. Hasn't been pretty, but the Seahawks are knocking finally at the door. The Colts lead 13-9 with 15 to play on the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Listen to that. That's the sound of a Portland winter. Not getting inside my house.
Most people think metal roofing sounds like a barn in a hailstorm. I'm Glenn, owner of Mountaintop Metal Roofing.
Glenn, my roof is actually quieter than my old asphalt one.
Dusty, that's because we install over solid decking. It acts like a sound barrier. You get the strength of metal, but it's still quiet.
Stop listening to the drip, drip, drip of a failing roof.
Do it once, do it right, and tell us Dusty sent you for $3,250 off.
MountaintopMetalRoofing.com. CCV number 227660.
Hey, it's Dirt here for Homesy. The holidays are near, and some of you, like me, will be hosting your friends and your family at your home this year. That means it's the perfect time to swap out those old dingy floors for beautiful new floors from Homesy, and they have a great deal for the holidays. Get at least 3 new rooms installed and buy your flooring from Homesy, and they'll give you $1,000 off your flooring installation. This deal runs through Christmas, so make sure to act fast. Go check them out online, homesy.com, and make sure for this holiday season, make it easy. Call Homesy.
CCV number 239804.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In Jansen Beach, Clackamas, Beaverton, Salem, and Eugene, Video Only.
The Seahawks live here. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM, celebrating 50 years of the NFL in the PNW.
Today's game is presented by T-Mobile, now the best mobile network in America, according to the speed test. Go to T-Mobile.com/network to see how. Well, the Seahawks have closed up the stats line a little bit here as we start the fourth quarter. Total net yards, the Seahawks now on top with 205 to 175 for Indy. 1st and 10, Sam Darnold, who goes under center at the 17 of Indy. Turn and hand to Charbonnet, goes right side. And again, not much doing as the Colts get their guys out there to help make the tackle, maybe a yard, as the Seahawks try to stretch that defense out just a little bit.
Tell you what, their defense, a lot of people will just take on block, just kind of put their hands on people, and this is different, man. These guys are attacking. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, and they're driving our offensive linemen back. And especially on those stretch plays where they're running sideways, they're just kind of running them outside and then dipping back in and making tackles.
Walker stays in the backfield on 2nd down and 9. Slot to the near side. Sam shotgun snap. Looks, fires inside, stumbling but making the catch, trying to get up at the 15. That's Ken Walker. Again, more guys stumbling out there, trying to plant their foot and just slipping down. Just a 2-yard gain. So 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we've seen a lot of it, and that could have been a much more effective play there. I mean, I thought K9, if he would have been able to keep his feet, he ran kind of a little arrow route just out and back inside at an angle, and he could have picked up another 5, maybe even a 1st down if he hadn't slipped there.
Seattle 2 of 10 on 3rd down. Walker in the backfield, Darnold out of the shotgun. On 3rd and 7 from the 14. Sam steps up, fires, and incomplete. No flags down as,
of course,
trying to dive near the sideline was Cooper Kupp to try to reach up and grab that. Bynum was on coverage. That was a good matchup for the Seahawks. It's just Sam Darnold couldn't find him until it was too late on the far side of the field, And so here comes Jason Myers on.
Well, and I got to say, Steve, you and I probably have, well, mostly me, have been sort of arguing about the refs and blaming them, but you shouldn't have to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of offensive day they're having.
Here's a 32-yard field goal attempt. This will be the fourth attempt and the fourth one made by Jason Myers. And still doesn't get the Seahawks the lead. It's a 13-12 Indianapolis lead here in the fourth quarter with 13:24 to play in this football game, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For the Seahawks, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize your performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving game day broadcasts from lag time, connecting 60,000 plus live fans at the stadium, delivering benefits of the cloud for your network, secure as a defensive line, legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
At DECU, we're proud members of the 12s community. Jersey casual dress code on Blue Fridays, hoarse voices on Monday mornings, and flying that 12 flag every day of the week. We know how much the 12s love to show their pride, because we do too. That's why we give our members a chance to show their Seahawks pride with every purchase. So join us and get the Seahawks Debit MasterCard from BECU, the official debit card of the Seattle Seahawks. BECU, power in people. Membership required. Restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Around the NFL with Curtis Rogers.
Lions and Rams has been all L.A. in the third quarter. Matthew Stafford to Colby Parkinson.
Stafford now going to float one far corner. Brought in and caught for the touchdown. Colby Parkinson. What a catch.
20 unanswered points for L.A. They lead Detroit 34-24 to start the fourth. Let's go back to Lumen Field as the Seahawks kick it away. Here's Steve Rabel.
Here, Curtis, at Lumen Field, the Seahawks kind of scratched their way back into this one, still trailing by a point, 13-12 after the fourth field goal of the day by Jason Myers, who will now kick off to Abdullah and Owen. He'll be kicking from right to left. That last drive by the Seahawks, 8 plays with a couple of explosives, but again, they just couldn't capitalize and convert on a third down. A 66-yard drive, and Myers with the 32-yarder. So kicking from right to left as the sun is going down here in Western Washington. Kick is away, end over end. Owen, 2 yards deep, is going to take a knee. It'll come out to the 35. The 2025 Inspire Change Collection is here, featuring headwear and apparel, with 12% of proceeds being donated to the Native Action Network, supporting and amplifying the voices of Native women. Shop at the Landing in Renton, Lumen Field, or online at Seahawks.com/pro shop. Together we can inspire change. 12s are testing out the decibel level here at Lumen, getting up to about 109 at one point. Loudest noise I've heard all day was the booing of the officials at halftime. And here we go, 1st and 10. Phillip Rivers is going to hand the ball off to Taylor, and he's going to have not much, maybe a yard. And Dave, what the Seahawks defense didn't do in the first half, as you talked about, playing more on the other side of the line of scrimmage against these Colts offensive linemen, that's what they're doing now.
Yeah, Boye Mafe did a really good job of just getting down the line, and and it wasn't that fall forward for 3, 4, or 5 yards, just a half a foot. It looks like they picked up on that play.
6 defensive backs with 3 wide receivers. Taylor stays in the backfield. Rivers dumps it off far side. Taylor looks for running room. Wrapped up by Eamon Morey and brought down. What a great tackle. Eamon Morey fought off a blocker and made the tackle in the left side flat. for a short gain, maybe a yard. Nick Eamonroy, boy, has he grown up right in front of us and turned into a star for these Seahawks.
Well, and that wasn't just any defensive lineman. That was Quentin Nelson. He's a Pro Bowler, first-round draft choice, and fights him off, makes the tackle. He's doing everything out there.
3rd down and 8 at his own 37. Keep an eye on where Taylor goes. Rivers from the shotgun. Seattle looks like they might want to blitz. They drop out, rush 4. Rivers throws far side. Ball is knocked away, and now there's a late flag. Now you throw a flag. I'm starting to get angry. Now they're going to call pass interference after 2 ridiculously not made calls earlier, and this is going to give the Colts a free pass here for a first down, unless they change the call, and I don't see any change coming.
Pass interference, defense, number 29. Call replaces the call of foul, automatic first down.
Wow. And Julian Love's out there making the case, but yeah, if you compare that to the no calls that we've gotten, that's ticky-tack.
Boy, just ridiculous. So now, 1st and 10 at his own 46. Phillip Rivers into a pistol formation. Taylor lines up behind him. Taylor gets the handoff. He goes over his right guard. Gets a little bit of a push across midfield and into Seahawks territory. And I tell you, Josh Jobe better be careful, as Devin Witherspoon just told him, because he was barking at the official. And you don't want to get another 15 unsportsmanlike tacked on and keep helping the Colts here.
Well, and also, you got to move on. You got to move on. Great leadership by Spoon there, getting over there, getting in his ear a little bit. Can't let the same play beat you twice.
Taylor has 75 yards on 21 carries. 2nd down and 5 at the Seattle 49. Taylor just to the left of Rivers. He gets the handoff. Looks for running room. Gets tripped up, but does fall forward for a first down across the 45. DeMarcus Lawrence did the tripping. Taylor did the falling forward for 6 yards and the first down.
Yeah, and they're doing the sort of post and pull type of, blocking there. It's not like the duo they talk about where you get kind of a push and then one guy goes up to the linebacker. They're pulling guards, and it's just been very effective for whatever reason against our D-line. So we just don't see him. I mean, I know we don't have a 100-yard rusher or anything, but Taylor is just continually falling forward for 4 or 5 yards.
Amir Abdullah in the backfield. Now, high snap. It's bobbled, and Rivers gets sandwiched as he falls to the ground. Man. It's going to be DeMarcus Lawrence who gets credit for the sack, a loss of 5. It was a high snap. Rivers had to jump on top of his walker to catch that one and bring it back down into the field of play, and then he was sandwiched, but he popped up. I'll give him that.
Well, Derek Hall is the guy that really, they could have called possibly a helmet-to-helmet there. He smacked Rivers, and he got up looking a little bit wobbly.
2nd and 15 now at the Seattle 49. Rivers again from the shotgun, slot near side. Rivers looks, dumps it underneath. Wide open, running across the field is Amir Abdullah, who makes the catch. Is knocked off his feet by Jones near the 40-yard line of Seattle. Boy, he came out of that backfield, and he had some running room, and he picked up 9.
I think that's about the 4th or 5th time that they've run that play. They've got running backs that are just running that little arrow route out and up and right in front of the second-level droppers.
So 3rd down and 6. Abdullah stays in the backfield. Slot on the left side. Rivers from the shotgun. 4 of 10 on 3rd downs are the Colts. This at the 39-yard line of the Seahawks. Just at the clock ticking down to 1 screen pass to Abdullah, gets sniffed out. He's going to lose yardage. Back near the 45, they'll say that his forward progress was stopped at the 42 of Seattle by Big Cat. Leo Williams is there for the 3-yard loss.
I tell you, Ernest Jones did a good job of turning that back in. And then also at the bottom of the pile, our guy Jay Reed down there playing with that club on his hand. So nice team defense there. That's just something we haven't really seen. You got One guy turning it back in, another couple making the tackle. Beautiful.
Sanchez on to punt. Rashid Shaheed standing just inside his own 10. High end over end. It's going to be caught by the Colts at the 5. And that's where the Seahawks are going to start. 95 in front of them to try to put some points on the board. 8:09 to play in the game. Seattle trails by 1, 13-12.
Place your bets. Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, bet, and win. Bet on all your favorite sports: football, hockey, basketball, soccer, baseball, tennis, boxing, and MMA. Let the bets begin at the biggest and best in the Northwest. Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey, Seattle Seahawks fans, ready for some football? But what happens when life tackles you too hard? Accidents can happen on and off the field. When they do, you need a strong team on your side. CZ Accident Attorneys are proud sponsors of the Seattle Seahawks and even prouder of our winning record in personal injury cases. At CZ, they make personal injury claims easy. Don't let an injury sideline your life. Call CZ Accident Attorneys today and get the justice you deserve. Listen up, Seahawks fans. Shop and Score Sweepstakes is back at Safeway. Shop, score, and enter for a chance to win a 2025 Toyota Tacoma, VIP game experiences, groceries for a year, and more. Just buy 5 participating items in a single transaction to enter for a chance to win. Safeway has all your game day tailgate favorites, from fried chicken to fresh-cut fruit and vegetable trays, and tons of easy meal options. Save time and shop online at Safeway.com. Safeway, the official supermarket of the Seahawks.
Stay 12 with the latest on the Seahawks, but we have you covered with the Seahawks Insiders podcast, hosted by Jen Mueller and John Boyle. They break down all the latest news and preview the next Seahawks opponent. You can watch on YouTube via the Seahawks official channel, listen to episodes on Seahawks.com/podcast, and subscribe to Seahawks Podcast on SiriusXM, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and now available on Apple CarPlay. And that's Jen Mueller and John Boyle. Kind of got my lips tied up around a cough lozenge there. So, as the officials are heading back toward the football, which has now been spotted at the 6. So the Seahawks got a whole yard extra from the official crew today. 8:09 to play in the game. Sam Darnold, remember, has led 7 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime since the start of last season. That's the second most in the NFL, and he's going to need one of those today as the Seahawks trail 13-12. Darnold comes out with Walker standing a yard deep in the end zone. Sam's under center with a wide slot left side. 2 tight ends on the right. Quick throw to the near side. It's caught by JSN, who avoids the first man and drags the second defender out near the 15-yard line. So a nice, quick hitting throw and some good positive yards, 8 of them for the Seahawks offense.
What a great call there, because I think the entire world thought that was going to be student body right, just a toss. Like you mentioned, K9 about a yard deep in the end zone, and they just flip it over to JSN. He's got a blocker ahead of him and just gets him out of a hole. It's a beautiful call.
And that was Rashid Shaheed with a nice block. 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain. Ball on the 14. Walker stays in the backfield. JSN shifts over to the left side. Sam is looking. Sam is going to scramble. Sam is going to get a first down, and he gets swallowed up. Grabbed from behind, but it is going to be, I think, a first down. It is. Gallimore chasing him from behind, grabbed him. Looked like he was trying to tear his head off, and Sam pops up and said, first down. Although maybe he didn't say that.
I'll tell you what, that guy can scoop Gallimore, and you're right, he was trying to tear his head off.
Sam was trying to slide. He was just getting ready to start his slide, and Gallimore got to him.
That's a lot of weight going pretty fast there.
First down and 10 at his own 17. Darnold go from the shotgun with Charbonnet beside him now in the backfield. Slot to the right side. Colts have 4-man on the rush. Quick throw near side. Cooper Kupp makes the catch. Puts his shoulder pads down and fights his way, knocked out of bounds across the 25. by Edwards, a 9-yard gain by Coop. And again, he's really kind of finding his footing here in this game today.
Yeah, Coop now, 5 catches, 46 yards. He's, sometimes he'll have one and he kind of gets lost a little bit, but he's always picking out. He's not a big guy, but boy, he's a strong runner.
6:14 to play in the game. Seattle and Darnold looking at a 2nd down and 1. Darnold's under center with Charbonnet, the single setback. Charbs gets the handoff. Stutter steps at the line. I think he's going to get the first down. He is. Getting a lot of push from his offensive linemen and tight ends who are helping out. They'll give him 3 yards. And the clock continues to move inside of 6 minutes. The Hawks have all 3 of their timeouts, and so do the Colts.
Mike McDonald has done really a great job with that. Saving his timeouts till the end of the half or the end of the game. A lot of times you see it, and a lot of that says that, you don't have to call timeouts because there's some kind of a bad alignment or the wrong call.
First down and 10. Play fake. Darnold steps up in the pocket. Goes to the right side. Perfect throw. JSN. Makes the catch. Breaks the tackle. 45-40. 35. Run out of bounds. 30-yard line. Bynum runs him out of bounds. Far side. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Has been an explosion waiting to happen. And he does there. Darnold with a dart. Getting out of trouble. He spins off a tackler. Does JSN, goes 39. Picks up the first down. Seahawks in Indy territory. JSN 7 catches, 114 yards.
Boy, that was a linebacker that he had hanging around his belt there, and he just whipped him to the ground. He is an amazing strength. You don't think about that when you look at him, but that was quite the accomplishment there.
Darnold takes a shotgun snap. Looks, throws underneath. Ball is caught by Saubert. Just activated and just shy of the first down. Picks up 9 on that play. Nice to have him back, the guy who they think of as more of a blocking tight end with the nice hands there. Makes the catch. 2nd down and 1. Clock now at 4:20 and counting. Well within Jason Myers' field goal range. Seattle only trails by a point, 13-12.
Now that's 900-yard games for JSN. He just kind of extended the franchise record there, basically, and having a good day, and a lot of that is hard-earned yards after catch.
Here's a 2nd and 1 handoff to Charbonnet right up the gut. He takes it down to the 15, and a first down for the Hawks. An 8-yard gain. And for those who might be a little concerned that, don't leave too much time on the clock, the Seahawks defense has not given up a point here in this second half. Indy scored all of its 13 in the first half. Hawks looking at a 1st and 10 at the Colts 15-yard line with 3.5 to play in the game. Charbonnet in the backfield next to Darnold. JSN wide to the right side. Toss to Charbonnet, who comes left. Gets in behind his blockers, drags a defender for 3 yards down near the 10. Actually, you're going to bring it back to about the 12 before spotting the football. Clock continues to move. 3 minutes to play in the football game.
We talk about the Seahawks being top 5 as far as attempts. They will continue to just attack a certain area, and they've been trying to attack the perimeter run-wise, and they're just sticking with it there. I mean, that was only a 2-3 yard gain, but, I'm hoping that I'm thinking that something good is going to come out of that eventually here.
2nd down and 6. Walker in the backfield now. Sam wants to throw. Back inside and incomplete. Threw just behind Cooper Kupp. Cooper could get one hand on it, couldn't bring it in. And Sam's unhappy with himself on that one because that would have been inside the 5-yard line. Might have been a first down.
Yeah, he just kind of a little bit of a mystery. And you look at some of those replays from the end zone, that's what Sam is seeing. And so a lot of times you can't really see over your offensive or defensive linemen that are on the field. And it looked like he just didn't quite locate him, and maybe a little communication mix-up there between those two.
Charbonnet back in the backfield. A tight trip set on the right side. Darnold out of the shotgun, JSN to the left. Here comes the rush. Sam has time. Throws to the end zone, incomplete. High and a little bit behind Rashid Shaheed. And so the drive stalls again for the Seahawks offense inside the red zone of the Colts. And here comes the field goal team again. But this time for the lead, looking at a 4th down and 6 at the 11.
Yeah, Shaheed had to put his left hand back to catch it. It was behind him. I wonder if he'd have led him a little bit more to the middle of the field. That could have been it.
A 30-yard field goal attempt off the left hash mark for Jason Myers. This to take the lead. There's the kick. It's up. And the Seahawks, for the first time today, have taken the lead. Jason Myers has tied the Seahawks franchise record with his 5th made field goal today. 47, 52, 46, 32, and now 30 to take a 15-13 lead over the Indianapolis Colts with 2:27 left to play in the game. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Columbia Bank Radio Network.
Your home for Seahawks football. KRSK Portland, KRSK FM HD1, Malala, Oregon, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Well, it has been a slog. Nobody can deny that. Now let's see if the Seahawks can wrap this thing up. They have held Phillip Rivers and company on the far sideline to no points here in the second half. That's what they're efforting to do.
Well, it's amazing how it feels versus how it really is. I mean, they've rushed for net 90 yards. And then, when you look at Phillip Rivers, he's got 101 yards and a touchdown. But I don't know. I mean, is that an accomplishment for a guy that's been out of the NFL for 5 years? I think it's probably going to be looked at a little bit different. But really, at the end of the day, you look at it's not a lot of offensive production out of the Colts.
Here's the kick. Abdullah makes the catch at the 4-yard line, out across the 20. 25-30 to the 32, and is dragged off his feet there. And so the Seahawks defense trots onto the field, a lot of confidence going their way, and now the Seahawks players on the near sidelines with the white towels getting the 12s involved. Haven't had a lot to cheer about in this game. They do right now. By the way, Blake Grupe's career-long field goal is 57 yards. So the Seahawks need to keep the Colts well away from that mark. 1st and 10. Phillip Rivers at his own 32. From the shotgun, Abdullah is in the backfield. A slot to the near side, single wide out to the left. The handoff to Abdullah straight ahead. Starts over his center, slides over to the guard, and picks up maybe 3. And the clock is going to keep moving, and it's going to go down. I think Shane Steichen on the far side is going to let it tick down to the 2-minute warning and not use any of his timeouts. That's exactly what happens. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and Curtis Rogers is standing by with the latest on the NFL scoreboard. Curtis.
Thank you, Steve. Lions and Rams. Blake Corum joining in on the scoring for LA.
They're going to run it here. Corum to the outside, and it's a touchdown.
Rams right now with a 34-27 lead over the Lions. Just over 7 minutes to play at SoFi Stadium. Packers and Broncos. Denver taking a fourth-quarter lead on this touchdown throw from Bo Nix to Troy Franklin.
On a 2nd and 15. Nix to the end zone. Franklin has it. Touchdown, Broncos.
Broncos holding on to a 27-26 lead. Big injury news, though, in both of these games. In the Lions-Rams game, Devontae Adams going to the locker room with a hamstring injury. Questionable return. And Micah Parsons going down with a non-contact knee injury. He had to be helped to the locker room. Elsewhere, Panthers tied with the Saints with just over 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. That one's 17-all. And then the 49ers with a 34-17 lead on the Titans. 9 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Let's go back to Lumen Field. Here's Steve Rabel and Dave Wyman.
Thanks, Curtis. Coming up on the Seahawks postgame show, Michael Bumpus, Paul Moyer, Ray Roberts, Brian Walters, and Robert Turbin are going to break down this game. We're going to hear from Mike McDonald, and Jen Mueller's going to talk to some Seahawks players. It's all coming up after the game. Meantime, we've got 2 minutes here left to play. The Seahawks defense is on the field. That's the group you want out here in this situation, with the Hawks leading by 2 over the Colts, 15-13, acquitting himself pretty well today. is the 44-year-old grandfather, Phillip Rivers, who has led this Colts offense. They've scored one touchdown, but right now they trail. Let's go to the sidelines and Jen.
Yeah, you can tell a difference in the energy on the sideline, Steve. It started at the beginning of this quarter. The defense really leading the way with Jaron Reed. This is their moment that they love to shine. We see them do it every Friday in practice, and now it's their chance to do it in front of the 12s.
We just mentioned some of those defensive players out on the field right now. This big Leo Williams. Byron Murphy is out there. Lawrence, Boye Mafe, Reek Woolen, Eamon Worry, Bryant, Jay Love, Witherspoon, and inside, Jones and Thomas. Looking at Phillip Rivers and the offense, who are looking at a 2nd down and 7 at their own 35-yard line. Rivers from the shotgun. Downs comes in motion left to right. Long count. Taylor out of the backfield. Far side. Rivers scrambling. Gets hit as he throws. Ball lands out of bounds. Leo Williams pumping those fists over his head after he hit Phillip Rivers and forced that bad throw. Now 3rd down and 7.
That's one he's going to feel tomorrow. Big cat. And it was totally clean and great pass rush by him. It's just amazing the speed. Not that he chased down Phillip Rivers, but he just makes plays all over the field.
Indy 4 of 11 on 3rd downs. This a 3rd down and 7. Rivers with a tight trip set right side. Shotgun snap, steps, throws far side, back shoulder throw. It's complete. Far side catch is made by Alec Pierce. Good tight coverage, but a 17-yard gain on the play. Rivers with the perfect throw. Clock now at 1:36 and counting. And remember, all the Colts have to do is kick a field goal to take the lead. 1st and 10, ball at the Seattle 49. Rivers from the shotgun. Taylor beside him with a slot right side. Now Rivers steps up behind the center, steps back. Waits for the shotgun snap. Seattle blitz coming. Taylor gets hit on the run blitz, and he gets tackled for no gain. Eamon Worry is there, among others, and now a timeout called. On the near side, it's the Seahawks. Mike McDonald who calls his first timeout with 1:07 to play in the game.
Eamon Worry with just great timing there. He waited at the very end to get up on the line of scrimmage, and it kind of screwed up their blocking scheme, and he was able to make the tackle there coming off the edge. And it's just amazing how his timing, and whether it's rushing a field goal and a field goal block, or just the way he moves around the field, he's just such a veteran as a rookie. I've never seen a guy that young play that mature of football.
2nd down and 10 from the Seattle 49. Colts need about 10 yards to get into field goal range. Rivers throws. Ball is caught by Warren, who's hit instantly just across midfield. Going to be a short gain. It's Witherspoon, who was all over him. And another timeout called by Mike McDonald after the 2-yard gain. 3rd down and 7.
The game clock to 1:01.
So they're going to add a couple of seconds onto the clock. 1:01 now. 3rd down and 7 at the Seattle 46. And again, the Colts need to get to about the Seattle 40 to give Sanchez a chance at a field goal, a legitimate chance at a field goal attempt. That's not all that far away. That's 6 yards from where they are now. 3rd down for these Colts. And 7. 3 receivers left side. Taylor in the backfield next to Phillip Rivers. Walks up to the line of scrimmage, brings his tight end Warren back in tight. Steps back, hands the ball to Taylor. Has a little bit of a gap, is dragging a defender, and then gets pushed back. Well short of that 39-yard line. Timeout called again by the Seahawks. So that's the Seahawks' last timeout as Mike McDonald trying to save as much time as he can just in case. And it brings up 4th down and 3, and here comes the field goal team on. This could very well be and will be a career-long attempt. The career-long up to this point by Blake Grupe, who, by the way, only played in 11 games this season, and those were with New Orleans. This is just his second game with the Colts. This will be a 60-yard field goal attempt. His career long is 57. Going to go off the right hash mark.
That one's going to have a low trajectory, so you're going to watch the middle of the line get a push here.
And whatever you do, don't jump into the neutral zone if you're the Seahawks. There's the snap. Kick is away. Kick is going to be long enough, and it is going to fall across the crossbar. Good. And the Colts take a 16-15 lead with a career-best 60-yard field goal by Grupe, as the Colts have just hung in there, and make it a 16-15, 1-point Indy lead. And now Seattle, with no timeouts left, are going to get this kickoff with 47 seconds remaining. So, here we go. As McDonald, the clock management, saving as much time as he could, used up those timeouts, but he saves 47 seconds, and the Seahawks now are going to have to get into field goal range for a Jason Myers field goal, whose long for the career is 61, and he has a 57-yarder for the long this season. And a nice kickoff return here would surely help. Here is Grupe with the high end-over-end kick. Shaheed catches it at the 7 on the left side. Turns upfield across the 30, 35. Knocked down just shy of the 38-yard line in front of the Seahawks bench.
That's a great return right there by Shaheed. I don't know everybody wanted him to bust that for a touchdown, but great field position considering. He really got a lot. He got the most that he could out of that. And, you know, closer you get to that midfield strike, the more likely you are to score, and he puts him just about 12, 13 yards away from that.
So here we go, offense. Sam Darnold, 3 receivers right. Makes it a tighter trip set. Single running back beside him is Charbonnet. Shotgun snap, 4-man rush. Darnold steps up, throws, ball is caught on one knee by Rashid Shaheed on the left side numbers. He runs the ball back inside. Clock down to 31. A 17-yard gain, and there's the spike of the ball. The Seahawks already in Saints territory with the ball at the 41-yard line of Indianapolis.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I beg your pardon, 47-yard line.
That was a really good job of the offense running up there and killing the ball. I mean, nobody was dilly-dallying around. I mean, that was very nicely executed right there.
They practiced that a lot. Sam had good protection on the play. Now he'll be looking at a 2nd down and 10. Remember, if you throw the ball into the middle of the field, you better get up and spike it because you got no timeouts to stop it. 2nd and 10 from the Colts 46. Colts are going to blitz. Sam steps, throws near side, ball is caught by Shaheed. His 2nd straight catch, steps out of bounds and stops the clock inside the 40. And now they are within Jason Myers field goal range, who has 5 on the day already. A record, tying that record by the Seahawks. An 8-yard pickup. 3rd down and 2. Clock at 25 seconds. Stopped now. Darnold and company break the huddle. They come out with JSN wide to the near side. Cooper Kupp slots inside of him. Darnold out of the shotgun. Here comes the rush. Quick throw and in the ground in front of his intended receiver. And I think that was one that Sam just was going to throw it that way. He wasn't going to risk throwing the ball to the middle of the field.
Yeah.
So they knew they were going to just try to wind a little more clock down and put this on the shoulders. And still, though, 22 seconds remaining. So Jason Myers, if he kicks this, there's still going to be time left on the clock for Phillip Rivers. This will be a 56-yarder. Myers 5 of 5 today. His long for the season is 57. Off the left hash mark. There's the spot. Kick is away. The fans just told you, Jason Myers, with his 6th field goal of the day, has set a new Seahawks franchise record. 6 3-pointers, but it ain't over yet. Seattle now leads 18-16 with 18 seconds remaining, and the Colts have all 3 of their timeouts left.
Well, the good news is that I don't think Phillip Rivers can even run that far in 18 seconds. So hopefully we don't see that. Oh, my gosh. How good has Jason Myers been this year?
Just outstanding.
Player of the month. You know, and the one miss he had was the L.A. Ram game, and it was a 61-yarder. But since then, you see him he's just kicking with such conviction.
A 5-play, 25-yard drive, spearheaded by a couple of big catches by Rashid Shaheed. He makes it a 56-yard field goal, and so here's Myers now to kick it away. Owen and Abdullah, the deep end, standing on their own 1. I'll tell you, there's not a 12 that has left this stadium. There's the kick, end over end. Owen at the 4, up to the 20, to the 27, and then he draws a host of blue jerseys. Clock now down to 11 seconds. So you might look for a throw downfield by Phillip Rivers, but how much can he get on it? Groupie just hit from 60, so they need to get back to the Seattle 40 for that shot again. 1st and 10, 11 seconds. 2 receivers far side, single wide near side, Taylor in the backfield for Rivers. Takes the snap, 4-man rush. Rivers going to throw down the seam, going to be intercepted, and that's going to do it. Ball was high to the intended receiver. It is picked off by Kobe Bryant, and he races to the south end zone. His 4th interception of the season, a career high. The Seahawks defense, they nail it on the second to last play of the game, picking off Phillip Rivers. And that is going to do it. The Seahawks are going to hang on and win what has been a remarkably ugly offensive performance at times, and yet the Seahawks have prevailed on 5 field goals by making 6 field goals by Jason Myers. He's now set the franchise record, 6 field goals. 1 kneel down by Sam Darnold. That is going to do it, as the Colts are going to lose their 4th straight, and the Seahawks are going to go to 11-3. And I'll tell you, it was a battle. And hand it to Phillip Rivers. A guy comes off his couch coaching his high school son's football team, 5 years removed from playing, and comes out here and plays every offensive snap for the Seahawks. And the Seahawks defense plays for the Colts, I beg your pardon. And Jen has the hero.